All right, Wednesday. A show bigger than it has any business being. Let's fucking do it.
Listen up, motherfuckers, I'm about to spit about the world's greatest show, yeah, this is it. Better prepare, your anus is gonna get insane. Dude's out of his mind, Dusty Smith's his name. When Jug Wash drops, it's time to begin. You talk about chuds and make fun of them. Then the trash word, oh lord, the wheel's on fire. Beyond parody shit, it's getting so tired. Religious bullshit, you know it won't make you feel like dying. Cause they touching more children than an OBGY. And from zeros to heroes just for one day. It's the world's greatest show and it's coming your way. It's time for the Dusty Show. It's time for the Dusty Show. We all have fun and we never grow old. It's time for the Dusty Show. It's time for the Dusty Show. It's time for the Dusty Show. We all have fun and we never grow old. It's time for the Dusty Show.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Dusty Show. Wednesday, we got a big show for you guys tonight. Had a big show last Wednesday, another big show tonight. So much crazy shit happening. Donald Trump, the gift that keeps on giving. Horrible for the world, horrible for our country, but hey, great if you cover the news for a living, which I do. So thank you guys for joining me. Hope you guys had a good Tuesday out there. I beat Menace from the Deep, which is pretty good. It's like a deck builder that's got kind of a Lovecraftian vibe. Took me about 15 hours to kill Cthulhu. So if you guys like those type of games, I like them because they keep my mind sharp. It's like putting a puzzle together. Good for the old noggin. And then I wrote my book, folks. Oh, it's going so good. I cannot wait to release this book, y'all. But it's a lot of work writing an entire book. So the original plan was 8 chapters, 10,000 words per chapter, 80,000 words. Boom! You got a solid novel, 80,000 words. That's what most novels are. And now, folks, it's 10 chapters already. I'm going to have to make it 10 chapters. Now, yesterday, I roughed in chapter 7 and half of chapter 8 and realized I need more chapters. The thing is so action-packed. You really have to add to it to make it not seem so rushed. A whole bunch of stuff going on. I actually looked it up. How many words was Stephen King's The Stand, which was my favorite book growing up? Almost 500,000 words. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm half-assing it. I need to up my game, so maybe I'll make it, I don't know, 100,000 words, something like that. We'll see what happens, but can't wait to get it out to you guys, but it's a lot of work, and I'm putting it in, having fun. So look forward to see what you guys think about that. It is a big novel. I thought 50K was average. 50K is like a young adult novel, like some R.L. Stein bullshit. 70 to 80K is normal. 100K and above is an epic novel. Mine might turn out to be an epic novel. We'll see what happens. But anyway, I can't decide whether to keep it all action-packed or make it a little longer so it's not just where you can't even catch your breath. We'll see what happens. Either way, let's go and get the show off, folks. As usual, super chats are open. Life below the show. No questions dodged. It is how I make my living. If you enjoy my program, please ask me a question on the super chats and hear me read your words in my super cool podcaster voice. Baby. If you don't know a lot, I read it all sexy in my deep, silky smooth bass tones. Fuck yeah. And all right, let's go ahead and kick the show off. Holy God, things are getting horrible, dystopian, nightmarish. It's Chud Watch.
Chud Watch, talking about Chud Watch. We talking about Chuds and make fun of them.
Let's make fun of them, but oh God, they just make fun of themselves, right? Almost nothing you can do. So, remember, I told you guys in the last show, Trump says, hey, I want the Declaration of Independence. He's been watching Nicolas Cage movies. He's the president. He could just take that shit. But, of course, you can't have the Declaration of Independence, you orange goof. So, next best thing, hey, I'm just going to put something up on the wall and pretend it's the Declaration of Independence. Hey, the dumbasses that follow me, they won't know the fucking difference. They'll just believe it because I said it and insinuating it. Here you go.
They said, we have to do something like drapes or something because the light eventually affects it.
Yeah, the light affects it. See, he's trying to insinuate it's the real thing. It was in a vault. The light affects it.
Said we have to do something like drapes or something because the light eventually affects it.
There we go.
And it's very cool.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that great?
Isn't that great?
Just went up yesterday.
Total fucking bullshit.
They said
Just went up yesterday. So apparently this is a replica that was donated to him by a billionaire who collects it. I know the video. Catch up, motherfuckers. It was only for a second. You guys, I know. Appreciate you guys keeping me honest. But it's done. And start over. We got it. I got it. I'm a professional, okay? I've been doing this for 15 years. Not my first rodeo, mofos. And then Cringe Fest. So got his full dictator on. Dude's got to be the center of attention. We know Trump loves dictators. He loves Kim Jong-un and Putin and Xi. And so now's his chance, folks. United States people voted him in, at least 25% of us. And now he can just full own go brutal dictator. So then he made himself the head of the Kennedy Center. It's all theater, folks. All politics, just theater. Cringe.
So you want a little picture like this? Perfect. Go ahead. Are you guys ready? Come on. We're good, sir.
Oops, you still can't see it.
When we're closer, that would be great. Perfect. Thank you, press. Right this way.
How's that, Doug? Thank you, sir. So you want a little picture like this? Perfect. Go ahead. Are you guys ready? Come on. We're good, sir.
Sir, you want to speak to us later, too.
So cringe. And yes, I know you're thinking, hey, Dusty, you were just complimenting yourself on how much of a professional you are, and you still didn't have the video up. I know. I already knew that. I did that on purpose to see if you guys were paying attention, and you were. So that's good. That's good. We didn't see the first clip. All right, let's go back to the first clip. I guess. Let's go back to the first clip. Here's Trump unveiling the Constitution or the Declaration of Independence.
They said we have to do something like drapes or something because the light eventually affects it. And it's very cool.
So cool.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Oh my fucking gosh.
Just went up yesterday.
Just went up yesterday. This engraving that a billionaire gave me that was just in his safe for no fucking reason. No one was even looking at, but he gave it to me. I've stolen the Declaration of Independence. Yeah, no, you didn't. And then, hey, I don't know. I'm not an expert on like the history of civil rights. Somebody tell me, is this bad? Trump orders repeal ban on segregated facilities. Blink, 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 blink. After a recent change by the Trump administration, the federal government no longer explicitly prohibits contractors from having segregated restaurants, waiting rooms, and drinking fountains. The segregation clause is one of several identified in a public memo issued by the General Service Administration last month affecting all civil federal employees. The memo explains that it is making changes prompted by President Trump's executive order on diversity, equity, and inclusion, which repealed an executive order signed by President Lyndon B. Johnson in 1965 regarding federal contractors and non-discrimination. Who needs that? Hey, I think I speak for everybody, especially black folks, when I say, did we prefer our own water fountains? I mean, I'm sure black folks don't want to drink after me. I'm disgusting. Right, everybody? Right? Oh, I'm not right. I am horrible. And yay, America. Finally, greatness. Took us long enough. And then his war on the media continues. Trump illegally fires both Democratic FTC commissioners. I've already covered this extensively, but it's clear what his plan is, folks. He wants to take the broadcasting license away from any news agency that doesn't just spread right-wing talking points and kiss his ass. And this is a shot across the bow, another shot, one of many. Oh, I just fired your guys at FTC. You guys better start reporting me kindly, else I'm going to take away your license to broadcast over the airwaves. And even if he does it or not, messages received. They know they have to be on pins and needles with him. They're on thin ice, and they have to skate around actually telling the truth about our president. So regardless if he goes through with it or not, the damage already fucking done. And we're going to see this pattern repeat continuously on tonight's show. And then, prepare to be shocked. A new analysis reveals the Trump tax plan will actively transfer money from low-income people to the top 0.1%. What? Since when have they done this? Forever, always. And, if you're at the bottom 20%, your taxes are going to go up. If you're at the super highest 0.1%, $180,000 to you. And then on top of that, even beyond his tax plans, the tariffs primarily hurt poor people the most. And then on top of that, Trump loves to print money. And printing money helps to cause inflation, which is a stealth tax that primarily hurts poor people since our assets are mostly in cash. So all the way around, prepare to be hoes, dummies. Everything for them, nothing for you. And good. Are you guys feeling uncomfortable yet? Are you ready to rise up? No? More pain until you motherfuckers are prepared to do what must be done. And then more tariffs, which are a tax on all of us, like I said, especially poor people. Trump plans trillions in tariffs on most countries. Tariffs on everything, baby. Yeah. All the cheap goods you were buying, no more. No more. It won't affect him, of course. It won't affect his rich fucking buddies. They'll make out like bandits. But you and I, so what they want us to do is, over the last few years, you've heard over and over again, nobody wants to work anymore. The workers had a little bit too much power, and they can't fucking have that. So get rid of all the undocumented workers. And not even all the undocumented workers, just anybody, Brown, who might be scared to come to this country to work. Take away all their jobs, fire tons of federal workers, so you have a depressed job market where we're desperate for fucking jobs, and they can treat us like fucking shit. No more collective bargaining. They have us under their fucking thumb, and this is the plan. Jack up the prices where we're desperate for money, and then they can abuse us like they always fucking have. And it doesn't seem really good for our tourist industry. Canadian Airlines cancel more flights to U.S. cities. I covered this in the last show. They were saying it's a 25% downturn. Just more pain, making us a pariah state for the entire world, making enemies out of our closest friends, scaring away tourists. Why would anybody want to come here? Just all of it. It's like a snowball effect, everything compounding upon each other, folks, to make the perfect storm of a recession, which it appears is coming. And millennials are really feeling it from 500 to 5,000. Millennials are watching their monthly student loan payments skyrocket under Trump and panicking on TikTok. Yeah, not surprised. I mean, Joe Biden, yeah, he was a child murdering sack of shit, but he was trying to help you with your student loans. Can't have that. Can't have the next generation getting education for free. We got to charge you for everything, even fucking knowledge, y'all. Why not? Doesn't make any sense. It's a bizarro world, but that's capitalism, baby. Then, here's Chairman Fed Powell coming out and talking about, hey, we were doing gangbusters last year. Last quarter was super cool, and then suddenly this quarter, something has changed. I can't put my exact finger on what's different about this quarter than last quarter. Anyway, let's see what Powell has to say.
Economic activity continued to expand at a solid pace in the fourth quarter of last year, with GDP rising at 2.3%.
2.3, that's good.
Recent indications, however, point to a moderation in consumer spending following the rapid growth seen over the second half of 2024.
What happened?
Surveys of households and businesses point to heightened uncertainty about the economic outlook.
Why would they be uncertain? Just because they have an orange goof that's every 10 minutes. Tariffs on everything on earth. And 5 minutes later, I was just kidding. Psych your mind. Yeah, everybody's panicking because the markets love certainty, and they definitely don't have it with this fucking chaos Trump is bringing into our society.
It remains to be seen how these developments might affect future spending and investment.
Poorly. So, yeah, everything's going to shit. Markets were up a little bit today. They're up 1%, but they're still down 6% overall this month alone. 6% down, 2,700 points down this month alone. Trillions of dollars lost to the stock market. Even if it does catch back up, that's already a loss. We're already playing fucking catch up. It could have been way ahead if it wasn't for Trump and his stupid goddamn policies, but they don't care, folks. Now it's patriotic to let the economy crash. And I dare you even ask them about the poor economy. Here is Fox News. Even Fox News can't get away with it without getting semi-threatened by Trump chief.
Story. The other day you were asked a question by another outlet. Can you guarantee that we're not going to have a recession? And you wanted to address that this morning.
Yeah, well, look, it was a silly question. Can you guarantee there's not going to be a recession? I can't guarantee anything. I can't guarantee that the journalist who asked me the question that her news program's going to be on in a year.
Threat! That's a threat! We control the FTC. We control everything. I don't even know if you're going to be on in the air for asking me that question.
But what I can guarantee you is that there is no reason we need to have a recession. I think that there's...
How about the stock market dropping because of the uncertainty, because of the orange goof and the chaos he's providing us?
The economy in the first quarter is doing better than the media is reporting.
No,
I think
it's not.
We're seeing some very good underlying data.
What?
From credit card companies, from banks.
Credit card companies and banks.
The
Great.
Airlines, which
the airlines are crashing left
some
and right.
bad passenger numbers. A
Right.
big amount of that is from federal employees who are not flying right now. So
Definitely.
the underlying...
Definitely. It's the federal employees not flying from Canada. Sure. And yep. Hey, I can't help but notice a slight change, though, in MAGA chuds from how they're reporting the stock market back when Biden was president. Back when Biden was president. Now what they're saying, now that Trump's president, seems like a slight change in their rhetoric, a slight change in their talking points. Let's look closely and see if you guys can see it.
Stock market is the only sign of life, and it's only going up because everyone thinks Trump is going to win the election. You can't really watch the stock market.
We all saw the stock market soaring post-election. It reached an all-time high today in 2000.
Because of Trump?
Optimism everywhere.
Optimism.
Just ignore the sky is falling reports in the regime press. Tune out the breathless reporting about market gyrations.
I'm excited about the economy. Look at the stock
So
market.
excited. Look at it.
Rocket ship is getting ready to take
rocket
off
ship,
in our
baby.
economy with
It's
President
great.
Trump. We were probably overbloated with the stock market here for a while. We went up quite a bit.
You guys want to start with good news? The
Yeah.
market's up 25% since you won. You tweeted this out that nobody in the media brings it up, so I said, you know what, I'm going to bring it up tonight.
Forget the stock market for a second here, and I have said on this program
He said
for
over and over.
years,
That didn't matter.
it's never been my indicator
Never.
in terms of the health of the economy.
The market always knows.
Always
so
knows.
the market already started to kind of have this sort of rally, this sort of Trump rally.
Knows, baby,
it's
it
an
knows.
energy, it's an electricity.
Energy.
We have to be very, very careful about
y'all.
all this, and the notion that we have to react as Americans based on the market being down.
Why are you even thinking
what?
about it? So fucking what? Who even cares? The market doesn't know what the fuck it's talking about, even though it always knows. Yep. Hypocrisy all day long. That's not why you never listen to anything a conservative says. Whatever they said yesterday, they'll say the complete opposite of today and not bat a fucking eye. And then, once again, somebody tell me, is this bad? U.S. deletes evidence of Russia's kidnapping of thousands of Ukrainian children. An international effort to trace and rescue tens of thousands of children kidnapped from Ukraine to Russia and prosecute those responsible has been crippled by the United States Department deletion of evidence. The Trump administration cut funding to Yale's University Humanitarian Research Lab, which was compiling a database of alleged Russia war crimes, including the abduction and estimated 35,000 children from occupied areas of Ukraine last month. Using satellite imagery and other surveillance system provided through the U.S. government, the Yale researchers were monitoring 116 sites. A Yale research said the U.S. State Department deleted the evidence, which would have been used as part of the rescue efforts to get the children home to Ukraine. But you can't have that. You can't have any evidence against Vladimir Putin. The same people, remember? They made that movie about sex trafficking kids and $1 billion to the makers, but they don't actually give a fuck about anything. The fakest people on earth, conservatives, don't care about the 35,000 children kidnapped from Russia. Who gives a shit about those children, right? Russia good. Crazy times. And then on top of that, even more of this. They did it before. They did it again, folks. Reuters, U.S. drops effort to counter Russian sabotage. Several U.S. national security agencies have halted work on a coordinated effort to counter Russian sabotage, disinformation, and cyber attacks, easing pressure on Moscow as the Trump administration pushes Russia to end its war in Ukraine. I guarantee you that Russia didn't drop their counter-American sabotage efforts. But yeah, we just opened the gate, baby. Come on in. Come on in. Rule us, Russia. And good. I think I speak for everybody when I say good. All right. If this orange goof leads to America collapsing, then America should fucking collapse. If we get raided by foreign entities and they destroy us from the inside, do it, baby. Make it fucking hurt. And Putin keeps Trump waiting more than an hour for a high-stakes Ukraine war phone call. Now, Trump was like, I had to be rude to Zelensky to force him to come to the table so he would be willing for a ceasefire negotiation if Vladimir Putin doesn't also come to the table. Gonna be hell to pay. And Trump knows a lot about toupees, so as always, Putin playing him like a bitch made him wait a fucking hour. And then finally had the phone call and Trump went out and was like, they agreed to a small ceasefire. Basically, they just agreed not to attack the energy sectors of Ukraine, the nuclear power plants, the energy power plants. They decided just a very small ceasefire, but at least they got Putin to agree to that after he waited an hour. And guess what happened immediately? Yeah, after Donald Trump said Putin agreed to halt targeting energy infrastructure in Ukraine after their phone call yesterday, Putin attacked Ukraine energy infrastructure twice. He did it twice. So whatever he can to put his dick in Donald Trump's eye to rub it all over his face. This is how narcissists operate, though, right? They want to humiliate you and embarrass you and see how much you'll come back for, because the more you come back and suck their dick, even when they mistreat you, the more it makes them feel like a god, right? And what better man to humiliate than a narcissist himself? One narcissist humiliating and make another narcissist crawl, scrap, and beg. It's like the ultimate high to these sociopaths. And, of course, Donald Trump lapping up Putin's nuts. I'm starting to think there might be some compromise on him a little bit. And they asked Governor J.B. Pritzker, what would you say to Donald Trump if you could say anything to him?
If you could speak directly to Donald Trump, what would you tell him?
What does Vladimir Putin have on you?
What does he have
if
on
you? Could speak
I don't know. Never going to know, probably, unfortunately. And meanwhile, Trump's out here shitting on Canada, the nicest people in the world. Asked directly, hey, you don't ever shit on Russia. All you do is suck Russia's ball sack, but you shit on the most friendly country in the entire planet, Canada. Why do you do that? Here's the Orange Goose response.
It doesn't pay for military. They don't give any. They give us nothing.
That's because Canada is friendly and nobody wants to attack Canada.
And they are the worst people to negotiate with of everybody.
With USMCA, you finally got them around the edge on that, though. You got
no, I got them there, and USMCA is good, but they cheat. You know, an agreement's good, but they cheat.
Canada, oh my God, so horrible to work with. If there's one thing I know about Canada, it's what bastards they are over there. But Putin, pretty cool. Kim Jong-un, good. And then Pritzker also announced that Trump demanded that he praise him on talk shows in return for sending Illinois COVID equipment. This is how the game is played, folks. We literally have a system that's set up now where the only way you can win is to be evil. And this is a game that mostly Democrats won't play, even though Biden was very evil as well. Child murdering sacco, ghoulish shit. But literally, they have to go out there and kiss his butt on television, which plays really well to the marks. Oh, my God, even the Illinois governor is out there praising Trump. He must be doing a hell of a job, but the guy literally has to do that to keep his people in his state from dying. So you have to weigh the cost. Do I give up my integrity? Do I go out there and praise this horrible fucking human being and say things I don't believe and let my people die? Or do I suck it up and do what needs to be done for my fucking people? And it's just a game Democrats won't play. And I guess they shouldn't play it. I guess nobody should play it. I guess the system should just continue on as it is until it collapses, and then we can build something serious in its place, because this is not a serious country at this point. Case in point, here's a sloppy Steve Bannon floating the idea once again. This is something they do over and over and over again. When they've already decided to do something, they continuously say it in public so that the public is not shocked once it happens. They boil the frog slowly.
Firm believer that President Trump will run and win again in 2028. So I've already endorsed President Trump. A man like this comes along once every century if we're lucky. We've got him now. He's on fire, and I'm a huge supporter. Want to see him again in 2028.
And obviously, anybody who doesn't like what you say but judges it as a function of a lack of intelligence doesn't know anything about you. I don't make that mistake. You're a smart guy. You know he's term limited. How do you think he gets another term?
We're working on it. I think we'll have a couple of alternatives. Let's say that. We'll see. We'll see what the definition. We'll see what the definition of term. We'll see what the definition of term limit is.
I mean, we already know what the answer is. Trump is just going to deny the Constitution. He's going to say that the ultimate decider of the Constitution, the ultimate interpreter of the Constitution, is the president, and he's interpreted that the Constitution doesn't say he can only run for 2 terms. And who is going to stand up against him? He's already decided he's a dictator. He's already doing incredibly dictatorial things, and no one's stopping him. Who's going to stop him from this? They've already decided, folks. We already have a dictator. This is already the plan.
All right. Well, so you're talking about litigating this issue, because I don't want people to listen to our interview and say Bannon's cooking up an insurrection. Bannon is cooking up. You know what I mean? I want people to get a straight take on where your head is. What are you suggesting?
Chris, as you know, I've had greater long shots than this. When we supported President Trump after the election, I realize you don't believe the election in 2020 is stolen. We do. We fervently believe.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't believe that, but he doesn't care. That's all they do is lie. And Newsmax also spreading this right-wing talking point that definitely Trump going to get a 3rd term.
All right, so what always gets overlooked when the president mentions running again is that he absolutely could run again for a 3rd term. That is a fact. Nowhere in the Constitution does it say that a president is limited to just 2 terms. In fact, it says the opposite. Anyone born in this country over the age of 35 has the right to run for president. And nowhere after that, originally, does it say the Constitution is limiting someone to 2 terms.
Originally.
It doesn't say that.
Originally.
The 2-term thing came way after that. And the 2-term thing was originally just because George Washington only served 2 terms, and it was kind of like an unwritten rule.
Oh, so you hear what he's saying here, folks. Yes, it's in the Constitution, but it wasn't in the original Constitution. We don't have to follow anything that wasn't in the original Constitution. You know what else wasn't in the original Constitution? Women's right to vote, black people's right to vote, the fact that black people were worth more than 3/5 of a white person, you know, all that. So let's dial the clock back, baby. Hell yeah. Seems cool, America. Great direction we're going in, everybody. And then the new thing they're trying to do is to be able to declare you mentally ill if you don't support Donald Trump. Not kidding, folks. Here's a funny by billionaires, clearly gay Benny Johnson. Minnesota Senate Republicans just introduced a bill classifying Trump derangement syndrome as a mental illness. Mental illness means Trump derangement syndrome or an organic disorder of the brain or a clinically significant disorder of thought, mood, perception, orientation, memory, or behavior that is detailed in a diagnostic codes list published by the commissioner, and that seriously limits a person's capacity to function in primary aspects of daily living, such as personal relations, living arrangements, work, and recreations. They're literally setting it up to incarcerate you, to institutionalize you, folks. If you don't support Donald Trump, if you point out all the horrible things he's doing. And of course, Trump already said in his first presidency that if they declare somebody mentally ill, they're just going to go take their guns away. They don't even need due process. He said this, folks. So, seems bad to me. I don't know. Let's see how that's going. Oh, here's the guy that introduced the bill. Republican who introduced Trump derangement syndrome bill arrested for soliciting a minor. Oh, who's going to see this coming? It's always the fucking way. Bunch of chobos and pedophiles. Not a drag queen once again. Literally the day after he introduced this bill, folks, he gets arrested for pedophilia. This man.
Every Sunday night during session, I say goodbye to my wife and kids and make the 3-hour trek to St. Paul to fight for our way of life.
Fight for us.
Because day after day, it is under attack from Metro liberals.
A Minnesota state senator just arrested, accused of soliciting a minor for prostitution. 40-year-old Senator Justin Eichhorn is a Republican representing Grand Rapids.
Really?
Bloomington police say that detectives posed as a 16-year-old girl and arranged to meet with him in Bloomington. Well, he was arrested after arriving in the area of the meeting spot.
Every Sunday night.
What? I can't believe it. But yes, always the fucking way. They want to say, look over there, that guy. Look at those deranged people who don't love Donald Trump, hoping the spotlight won't fall on them and all the evils that they're doing. But yes, we are ruled by the most evil people on earth. Wouldn't be surprised if Trump gave him a pardon. And yes, hey, where are you at, libs of TikTok? Where are you at? Libs of TikTok, when she sees the pride flag, got her telescope out, lives of TikTok when there's Republican pedophilia, blind as shit, but she knows her niche. Her niche is only to spread lies, propaganda, misinformation, hatred towards trans people and gay people. They don't actually care about any of this. They don't actually care about the children at all. Almost nobody does, really. I mean, how many shows do you see cover pedophilia from youth pastors and preachers like I do? Almost nobody does, not even on the left. So nobody actually cares about any of this. It's all just think of the children. Virtue signaling bullshit from the worst people on earth. And speaking of which, they're sending a loud and clear message, folks. The Department of Justice drops assault case against Proud Boys leader. He was in jail serving 22 years. Donald Trump pardoned him, pardoned this hardened criminal, got back onto the street, immediately went out and assaulted somebody, slapped their hand out of their phone. Yes, that's assault. Yes, if you and I did that, we'll be charged. But Donald Trump's DOJ decided not to continue with the prosecution. The U.S. attorney for the District of Columbia has dropped an assault case against Enrique Terrio, the Proud Boys member who was serving 22 years in federal prison following his conviction of seditious conspiracy in connection with the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol, until Trump granted him clemency on his first day in office. Terrio was arrested last month after dozens of more than 1,500 defendants pardon granted by Trump showed up to the Capitol, and Terrio was seen swatting a phone from a protester's hand in an event witnessed by nearby police. So the intern U.S. attorney, Ed Martin, is a Stop the Steal organizer, is the guy running the U.S. attorney's office in D.C. So they're sending a loud and clear message. Hey, if you're a Republican, laws don't apply to you anymore. Feel free to assault any left-wingers you want to. We'll just pardon you, baby. It's a dual-tier justice system. Do what thou willst. Green light to the fascists to do whatever the fuck they want to with us with immunity. Meanwhile, New York Times, Zeldin to fire EPA Scientific Research Division. Hooray us. The Environmental Protection Agency plans to eliminate its scientific research arm, firing as many as 1,155 chemists, biologists, toxicologists, and other scientists, according to documents reviewed by Democrats on the House committee. Good. Good, please. I think we need more acid rain, more smog, more pollution in our atmosphere. We don't need clean drinking water. Hey, our life expectancy is already like 8 years behind every other first world country. It needs to drop, baby. Americans have to feel more pain. We shouldn't live past 55, 56 years old, folks. That should be our expectation. That way we can't make it to Social Security and be leeches off the system. Hey, trillionaires need their tax cuts. Die like a good patriot, everybody. And I applaud this. This is what we need. More pain for America. More pain, more pain. Until you motherfuckers are ready to rise up. Bring it on. And then they're just punishing everybody. This is what they elected Trump for. They wanted him to be retribution. Breaking, the Trump administration has paused $175 million in federal funding from the University of Pennsylvania over its policies, forcing women to compete with men in sports. This completely stems from one single trans swimmer who graduated 3 years ago, folks. They're going to punish the school because they let one trans woman swim 3 years ago. Sending a loud and clear message. Do not even think about ever showing any kindness, any inclusion of trans people. Otherwise, we'll never forget it. Even 3 years later, even after you stop doing it, we're still punishing you. And good, do it. LGBTQ removed from annual human rights reports. The Trump administration is slashing the State Department's annual human rights reports, cutting sections about the rights of women, the disabled, and the LGBT community. Can't have any mention of gays, women, black folks in the government anywhere whatsoever. Just all straight white males all day long. White supremacy back in full fucking fledge. Pentagon scrubs mentions of Jackie Robinson. Yeah, you know, Jackie Robinson, one of the heroes of baseball, broke the racial barrier. The military story of Jackie Robinson, who broke the color barrier in Major League Baseball after serving as a second lieutenant in the Army, no longer exists on the Department of Defense websites as part of the Trump administration's wiping out of diversity, equity, and inclusion with the federal government. Robinson trained as an officer and was assigned to a tank regiment, but he still had to deal with harassment and the overall policy of segregation of the U.S. military. He faced a court-martial for refusing to sit in the back of a bus while at Fort Hood in Texas, according to the military.com, though he was found not guilty of the 6 counts, including insubordination, but they're trying to remove black people from our history, folks. Where are you at, all those people that said they're trying to erase history by taking away Confederate monuments from state buildings? Crickets. They didn't actually care about that, folks. It was only celebrating racism. It was only about celebrating traitors. It gets even worse, folks. They removed it. They removed his page, and they replaced it with a link that has the word DEI in it. Yeah, you know, Jackie Robinson, the DEI sports hero. He was only allowed in Major League Baseball because of DEI. You know, all the DEI they had back then. They didn't want to let him in, but the government made them let this DEI, this shitty third-tier baseball player who sucked. We used to have meritocracy in this country before they started letting all the blacks play sports. Just fucking crazy. And as Nina Turner says, 2020 attacks on BLM, 2022 attacks on CRT, 2024 attack on woke, 2025 attacks on DEI. Black, they mean black. They mean the N-word, but close enough. And that new plan, folks, this is hard to kind of believe. This seems like it's a Saturday Night Live parody, but this is actually real. Here is 2 Trump goofs talking about how they're going to sell off federal lands.
Federal lands are an incredible asset on America's balance sheet. And we've been discussing how we can efficiently and effectively steward these underutilized areas to solve our nation's affordable housing crisis.
Well, today we're announcing a partnership between the Department of Interior and the Department of Housing and Urban Development that will unlock federal lands for the benefit of all Americans.
So this is how they're doing it, folks. They're going to provide a very, very small portion of the land for federal housing. And then they're just going to sell off chunks of it to the rich, and they're going to use that money to pay for Trump's tax cuts and Elon Musk's tax cuts. They're literally going to sell off all our national parks, all our federal land to the richest, and they're going to sell it to us by saying, oh my God, are you against affordable housing? Since when is the left against affordable housing? It's so obvious what is happening. But good, sell it all, baby. America doesn't deserve anything. Eat your gruel and love it. And then I covered the rape prisons in the last show. So you guys remember last week how Trump disappeared a bunch of undocumented workers along with a bunch of American citizens? They wouldn't tell us who they were. They still haven't told us who they are, but they told us some of them are American citizens. And they swore to us that they were all gang members, Venezuelan gang members. So they sent them over to the worst prison in the world in El Salvador. Yes, they deported American citizens without even telling us who they are in the middle of the night based on charges that we don't even know about. We don't know if they get anything wrong. We don't know if they're actually criminals. We don't know a thing about them. It seems pretty bad. But not only did they not do that, not only did they do that, folks, but they spent, I don't know how much money making a propaganda video celebrating the death of our country. One of the most horrible, dystopian, nightmarish things that has ever happened here. Watch this high production value video they made to try to sell this as a good thing to the American people. They got drone shots. Look how many men with guns, troopers they have. It's like a scene from Con Air, folks. Look how over the top this shit is. It's all theater, 100% a political show. Just so ridiculous and over the top. But the reason they're doing this, folks, is they're sending a message to all of us. You could be next. You could be next. You don't even know who these people are. You don't even know what they did. We disappeared them. We're going to get away with it. We ignored the judge that told us not to do it. Nobody is stopping us. You could be next. Do you have Trump derangement syndrome? Might be off to the rape camps of El Salvador, where no lawyer, can really come hear your case. Your family can't visit you. You're all alone. You're separated. You're segregated. Nobody can hear you scream as you're raped to death in our El Salvadorian prisons. Are you afraid, America? You better goddamn be. Fascist evil directly in our fucking face, not trying to hide it, bathing us in it, folks. And the families have come out and said, some of our family members that sit over there weren't even criminals. They had no criminal record, y'all.
Administration ignored his order regarding the deportation of hundreds of alleged Venezuelan gang members. And new information now from officials that those deported may have been charged with the crimes, but not necessarily convicted.
NBC6 politics reporter Hatzel Vela is live now to explain the back and forth. Hatzel.
Jawad, Jackie, that hearing before a federal judge is happening as we speak right now at 5 p.m. He wants to know if the White House disobeyed his orders. But first, hear from a family in Venezuela wondering why their loved ones was sent to El Salvador when they claim he does not have a criminal record.
To us.
Este chamo que está aquí se llama Francisco Javier García Cacique.
Francisco is his name. They say he's part of the group of hundreds of Venezuelans the Trump administration alleges are gang members who were deported to El Salvador over the weekend.
Mi hermano es uno de los inmigrantes.
His brother, he says, does not have a criminal record in Venezuela or the United States.
Se les violó su derecho.
They argue his rights are being violated as he was told he would be deported to Venezuela, not El Salvador.
I can tell you this, these were bad people.
The president is claiming authority to do this, citing the Alien Enemies Act from 1798, which has only been used in times of war.
Well, this is a time of war because Biden allowed millions of people.
So now the White House is locked in a fight with the courts. A federal judge quickly blocked the move, ordering the deportation flights back to the U.S., but they did not return. The Trump administration says it did not defy a court order. The administration appealed the judge's ruling, arguing it was issued after the planes had left U.S. territory.
I believe that this could be the beginning of a constitutional crisis.
You think? Constitutional attorney Joseph Malouf says the country should be deeply concerned about what's going on here.
Yeah, we are.
So now you have somebody who's allegedly breaking the law. He's in charge of enforcing the same law. That is a conflict, and that is a crisis at a constitutional level.
During the back and forth, the White House has not identified those deported or provided proof of their crimes, a violation, critics say, of the 14th Amendment.
And many people who are being picked up may or may not be members of the gang, may or may not have committed a crime.
We have no idea who they are.
And that is why we have adjudications
to
they
don't care, though.
What the person.
They're doing it on purpose to send us a very clear message. Shut up or it gets into the rape camps, y'all. I've never seen anything like this in this country. It's the most terrifying time to be an American. Lots of major media outlets took the Trump administration's evidence-free claims of criminality and gang ties at face value just a few weeks ago, playing a role in manufacturing consent for some of the country's worst human and civil rights abuses. But they've already got the message, hey, if you speak out against Trump, if you call this stuff out, he could remove your license from the FTC. He's already said that what you're doing is criminal. If they're sending these people to the rape camps without even knowing who they are, what do you think he's going to do to you speaking out against them? Even if he doesn't do it, the threat already has done the damage. Many of the non-citizens who were deported pursuant to the Alien Enemies Act on Saturday did not have a criminal record in the United States, an immigration and customs enforcement official said in a sworn filing overnight. But they don't give a shit, folks. Here's how the game works. The judge specifically said, you can't do this. You can't deport anybody, much less American citizens, without charges to a foreign government to their rape prisons. He gave the verbal order, thinking that that would stop them. They heard the verbal order, and they immediately put the people on planes and flew them to international water. So by the time the written order came through, they could claim that the judge doesn't have any jurisdiction. They ignored him. And then they're going to claim that a verbal order is not the same as a written order. Here's White House spokesperson to make the claim.
Back to those deportation flights to El Salvador.
Can the administration provide any more details on how authorities determined that each of those men were in fact members of a gang? And if the White House can publish images, photos, videos of those men, why can't the administration just release basic information like their identities and names?
We are not going to reveal operational details about a counterterrorism operation, but what I can assure you, as I said on Monday, we have the highest degree of confidence in our ICE agents and our...
So just trust her, bro. Just trust us. That's her hope, proof, all our evidence. Just trust us. Conservatives, like, isn't this what you guys said you needed all those guns for? The government just saying trust us as they round people up without even telling us who they are and deporting them to foreign countries, to the worst prison on earth. Isn't this the treading on us that you said was the very reason you would die before you gave up your guns? God, I wish you people were about anything. I wish you meant anything you said. I wish you were something other than the spineless jelly in which you cowards are. Psycho shit. Steve Bannon on if innocent people got sent over to the rape camps. If there's some innocent gardeners in there, hey, tough break for a swell guy. Yep, oopsies, oopsies. Hey, I guess you should have come over to this country if you were undocumented. Just the fact that you're in this country undocumented means you deserve to get sent to the rape camps in a foreign country. That's where we're at, folks. Hey, have him on again, Gavin Newsom. Have this guy on again and lick his butthole. Fucking useless Democrats aren't going to help you, folks. And here's the clip I was talking about, where she claims the judge's verbal order doesn't count.
You keep talking about the judge's written order, which hit the docket Saturday night at about 7:26 p.m. But he issued a verbal order before that at about 6:45 and 6:48 p.m. based on the court hearing. A verbal order from the bench. Does the White House feel the need to comply with a verbal order from this judge?
Again, as I said, all of the planes subject to the written order of this judge departed U.S. soil, U.S. territory before the judge's written order.
But what about the verbal order, which of course carries the same legal weight as a written order, and said for the planes to turn around if they were
Well,
in the air?
there's actually questions about whether a verbal order carries the same weight as a legal order, as a written order, and our lawyers are determined to ask and answer those questions in court.
Yeah, that's a question from us. We're just denying that she has the authority to tell us what to do, and so we're not going to do it. We're just going to do the opposite and then go over international waters and say you don't have any fucking jurisdiction here. Then Pam Bondi, the head of the Department of Justice, says that she doesn't have to answer to the judge. The judge wants answers. Hey, I gave you guys a direct written order not to do this. You did it anyway. You disappeared people to rape camps without even telling us who they are. That's not allowed. So, of course, they're saying we can do whatever we want to. It's a dictatorship, baby. We answer to no one. We'll disappear anybody to the rape camps we choose. What the fuck are you going to do about it? The Justice Department on Tuesday refused to answer a number of questions from a federal judge who had demanded more information on deportations that were carried out under a rarely used wartime act. The government maintains that there is no jurisdiction to order the provision of additional information and that doing so would be inappropriate. Yep, we don't answer to you, baby. And then she went out today and said judges have no right to meddle with us. We have a king. The checks and balances no longer in place. We answer to fucking no one. Then they went out there to try to slander the judge. This is a standard operating procedure. They get out there and call him a leftist, evil activist. He should be impeached. Nobody should listen to him, to justify the fact that we have a dictatorship, to justify the fact that they're starting the precedent not to listen to judges anymore. This is how they're trying to sell it, by pretending he was some kind of liberal activist. So here is White House spokesperson Leavitt claiming that this judge was put in office by Obama. Spoiler alert, she's lying.
And this judge, Judge Boasberg, is
Let me turn it up a little bit.
And this judge, Judge Boasberg, is a Democrat activist. He was appointed by Barack Obama. Nope. His wife has donated more than $10,000 to Democrats, and he has consistently shown his disdain for this president and his policies, and it's unacceptable.
So even if all that were true, that doesn't mean you can just ignore the judge's order. Just because you don't like the judge, just because the judge is on a different party than you, doesn't give you a reason to just deny the checks and balances, but, they're just looking for excuses. They're trying to sell this to the American people. Hey, this is why we have the right to be a dictator, because it's a liberal judge. Just eat it, cult members.
You're right, I wanted to go about the idea that these people are all foreign terrorists, but Judge Boasberg was originally appointed by George W. Bush and then elevated by Barack Obama. I just feel like I should clear that up.
Yeah, just to clear up the fact you're lying your ass off. This is a George W. Bush appointee, but they don't want you to know that part. And then Trump freaked out. So this is another threat, another shot across the bow. They're sending an obvious message to all the federal judges across the country. Hey, if you rule against us, we're going to come after you. We're going to try to get you impeached. We're going to come after your family. We're going to smear you in public. You're going to get death threats. And even if they don't actually impeach this guy, even if they don't actually do anything to him, the other judges get this message loud and clear. Hey, do you really want to go through the trouble that you're going to have to rule against Trump? Might as well just let them do whatever they want to do. Don't be a hero, Trump says. This radical left lunatic of a judge, a troublemaker and agitator, who was sadly appointed by Barack Hussein Obama, was not elected president. He didn't win the popular vote by a lot. He didn't win all 7 swing states, blah, 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 blah. He should be impeached. Yes, let's get rid of any judge that actually holds us accountable, that actually pushes back in any way. Over on Newsmax, I guess I'll give them credit. They actually asked, under what grounds, Representative Brandon Gill, do you have for wanting to impeach this judge? Because according to the statute, the judge has to have committed high crimes and misdemeanors. So what evidence do you have that he did this? Here's the answer.
I have to ask you this. For impeachment, obviously, you have to have high crimes, misdemeanors. What crime did the judge commit?
This is for usurping the executive's authority, for demeaning the impartiality of the court by making a politicized ruling and forcing a constitutional crisis. That is a high crime and misdemeanor.
So in other words, he went against Trump. That's all they're saying. He didn't do anything except for go against Trump. And their claim is that if you go against the orange dictator, that's a high crime and misdemeanor because he's a king, baby. The king has the ultimate fucking rule. Anybody who goes against it should be fired, perhaps sent to the rape camps. Over on Fox News, this is how it plays, folks. Once again, even if they don't do anything to this judge, all the other judges get the message loud and clear. The #1 cable news network in the world will try to crucify you. Will make your life a living hell. We'll broadcast stuff against you like this.
The message is clear. Leave voluntarily or leave like this narco. A convicted fentanyl dealer who was seen crying like a baby as she was iced. You would think deporting drug dealers and gangbangers would be a unifying issue.
Yeah, we don't know who these people are. We only have your word for it. But even if they were drug dealers, then charge them with fucking crimes and then deport them to their countries. You don't send them to a foreign country to the rape camps, okay?
Yeah, but you'd be wrong. Obama judge James Boasberg tried putting the kibosh on Trump's deportation flights over the weekend. And it turns out his family might be compromised. Boasberg's daughter works for migrants.
We'll attack your family. If you come out after Trump, it's not just you have to think about, okay? So think very carefully where you want to come out against Trump, where you want to deny him the right to do whatever he wants to, because it's not just you that we're going to come after. We're going to come after everybody you love. We're going to smear their name on national television. There's nowhere you can run. There's nowhere you can hide. You better shut the fuck up and let us do whatever the goddamn hell we want to. That's the message they're sending, even if they don't do anything to this judge. Message loud and clear.
Gives them legal advice and protects them from getting deported. Oh, and happened to call the Lake and Riley Act a terrible law. Oh, and his wife founded an abortion clinic and hosted Doug Emhoff.
We're going to come after your wife, too. Nobody's safe.
Speak at her event. Is that a conflict of interest?
Is the judge that was literally put on the bench by Donald Trump who oversaw his case, was that a conflict of interest? No? Almost seems like you're kind of picking and choosing here, buddy.
We should look into that. In the meantime, Trump says the judge should leave defending the homeland to the president.
Many people have called for his impeachment.
Yep, everybody called for his impeachment, including the House, immediately rushing to punish this guy. This is how the mob works, folks. Are you going to come after us? We're going to come after you and everybody you love, okay? You don't come after us. We come after fucking you. We make an example out of you. So everybody else knows to leave us the fuck alone. Let us do whatever we want to do. And yes, House GOP moved swiftly to impeach judge targeted by Trump. And Elon Musk, small bean Elon Musk, who never did anything wrong in his life, donated the max to impeach judges, folks. Because our vote doesn't count. There is no checks and balances. The richest man in the world can spend more money that he found in his couch cushions than every one of us combined to hammer through whatever they want done to make sure the orange dictator has complete rule over us, that they can disappear us to the rape camps, and there's nobody there to protect us. And even some on the Republican side are starting to get a little nervous on what's happening. Supreme Court Justice John Roberts now coming out and saying, hey, you can't just impeach judges for doing their job. Then the judicial system would become completely useless. The entire point of what we're doing is checks and balances against the other branches of government. Scary times. He's worried about having his power taken away.
Bring a rare rebuke to President. Tonight, Chief Justice John Roberts delivering a rare rebuke to President Trump after the president called for the impeachment of a federal judge who tried to block the swift deportation of nearly 300 undocumented migrants the White House says are violent gang members. Trump labeling Judge James Boasberg a radical left lunatic, prompting the Chief Justice to write, quote, for more than 2 centuries, it has been established that impeachment is not an appropriate response to disagreement concerning a judicial decision.
Yeah, you did this, motherfucker. You said that he was above the law in anything he was doing under acts of president, which is anything that he can claim. You did this. It's the fucking mess you made, motherfucker.
Is after the president used the 18th century Alien Enemies Act to deport what DHS says included Tren de Aragua gang members to a prison in El Salvador. Boasberg had verbally ordered the flights to turn around, but the White House says it complied with his written order that did not include those instructions.
He's attempting to meddle in national security and foreign affairs, and he can't do it. These are foreign terrorists. The president has identified them and designated them.
Trust us, bro. We ain't even give you their names, but they're real bad guys. And then Fox News immediately freaking out against their boy, Judge Roberts. Just shut the fuck up. Let the president disappear anybody to the rape camps he wants to, okay? Just let him usurp the power of the judicial branch, Judge Roberts, and shut the fuck up.
So he's not involved, this judge. Why is he making himself involved, Dana?
Well, I think also the other thing that he does by making himself involved is he makes the Chief Justice job much harder.
No, he doesn't. Anyway, maybe a guy in a robe in D.C. can follow all the protocols, but Trump is the fucking president of the United States who protects 300 million plus people. He doesn't. He makes us all way less safe. He is the leader who does not have the luxury of opening up his little books to read, oh my God, maybe he didn't do it the right way. Yeah, he can't be expected to follow the law, baby. He's the president. Robert, shut the fuck up. This is something that a president has to do. He has to do this. It blows my mind how wrong I was in 2016 or 2015 when Trump came down the escalator and I was like, I can't believe he said these things. Everything he said was right. They are sending bad people. They're sending bad people. Who are they then? What are their names? What have they done? What are the crimes that they committed? Tell us. What did he say? They're sending killers and rapists. Do you remember this? Yes, that's Greg Gutfeld telling you to shut the hell up, Justice Roberts. And Matt Walsh just outright saying, ignore them. Ignore the courts. You are a dictator now. So you have the president as the commander-in-chief. You have the voters who elected him. 25% of people voted for him, by the way. 22%, actually, if you want to get technical about it. To set these policies, and then some unelected random federal judge can just come along and say, nope, sorry, you can't do any of that. That's how the checks and balances have always worked. I do agree the system no longer works and has to collapse and be rebuilt from the ground floor, if that's your argument, Matt Walsh. You know why you can't do it? Because I personally don't like it. I'm a judge. I personally think that it's bad, and so you can't do it. So anyway, long story short, he's just telling them, ignore them, ignore all the courts, Donald Trump. Nobody's going to do anything. You're the God now. Just do what you want. And I totally agree with Daniel here. The leap from disappearing the undocumented to disappearing visa holders to disappearing green card holders to disappearing naturalized citizens to disappearing natural-born citizen is no leap at all, but a series of tiny steps, and they don't give a shit. The same exact people that claim that they're patriots, that they love the Constitution, will be the same ones that frog march us to the rape camps, y'all. Mark my words. If they don't find enough of them that'll do it, they'll bring Russian troops over here to do it. Be easy for the Russian troops to oppress us, to kill us, to rape us. You think I'm fucking kidding, y'all? It's been 3 fucking weeks and we're already disappearing people to rape camps in foreign countries. 3 fucking weeks, y'all. Hell, I thought it was going to be bad, but that was even quick for me. On top of that, apparently ICE has disappeared 48 New Mexico residents. That seems bad. Civil rights attorney are sounding the alarm after 48 New Mexico residents disappeared after their arrest by federal immigration enforcement agents this month. Immigration and Customs Enforcement has not indicated where any of them are being detained, whether they have access to counsel, in what conditions they are being held, or even which agency is holding them, according to a federal complaint from the American Civil Liberties Union of New Mexico. They have been effectively forcibly disappeared from our communities, attorneys wrote. At least 48 people ICE described as illegal aliens were arrested in a week-long series of operations in Albuquerque, Roswell, and Santa Fe earlier this month, according to the agency. But only 21 people had final orders of removal from the country. This is not just a procedural issue. It's a serious human rights violation, according to Rebecca Sheff, senior staff attorney at the ACLU of New Mexico. And yep, I will say disappearing people seems like a violation of civil rights a little bit, I guess. Not the only ones having a bad time. ICE picks up random Latino man who was born in Chicago. Even American citizens, folks. If you're brown, they ain't down. If you ain't white, it ain't right. The 22 cases, including Chicago resident Julio Noriega, 54, a U.S. citizen who, according to court documents, was arrested, handcuffed, and spent most of the night at an ICE processing center in suburban Broadview. He was never questioned about his citizenship and was only released after agents looked at his ID. I was born in Chicago, Illinois, and am a U.S. citizen, Noriega said in a statement, adding that on January 31st, after buying pizza in Berwyn, he was surrounded by ICE agents and arrested. Officers took away his wallet, which had his ID and Social Security card. They then cuffed me and pushed me into a white van where other people were handcuffed as well. How many American citizens have had this happen to them that have been desperate that we don't know about? How many are in the rape camps right now, folks? We don't know. They won't tell us. In this fucking nightmare that is happening right now, folks. We don't have to wait. It's not coming. It's here, y'all. And a big part of the reason they're doing this is to discourage brown people from even coming and visiting our country. If they're treating American citizens like this, what do you think they're going to do to you people? Even white people, though, folks. A French researcher was detained on arrival in the U.S. His computer and phone confiscated, searched, and his texts criticizing Trump's cuts to scientific research were deemed by the Department of Homeland Security agents as hatred of Trump. Yeah, Trump derangement syndrome is a good enough reason to get you deported. No more free speech in this country. That could be described as terrorism. He was deported the next day, according to a diplomatic source to the AFP. The incident occurred on March 9th. The space researcher was reportedly subjected to a random check upon arrival, during which his work computer and personal phone were searched. That's scary. The same source also reported that messages discussing the Trump administration's treatment of scientists were found. He was reportedly accused of messages that reflect hatred towards Trump and can be described as terrorism. His professional and personal equipment was reportedly confiscated, and the researcher was sent back to Europe the next day. According to another source briefed on the case to AFP, the French researcher was accused by the American authorities of hateful and conspiratorial messages. He was reportedly informed of an FBI investigation for which charges were dropped, the sources said. And yes, as dog boy Hassan Abbey says, thinking mean thoughts about Trump is now terrorism. Yep. Scary times, folks. What can you say, man? I have a bag packed, y'all. I'm thinking I won't be the first white American citizen that they pick up and send to the rape camps. I'm hoping I'm not the first. I'm not in the first batch. But as soon as it happens, and it's probably coming, I'm fucking out, y'all. I'm deleting my channel. I'm leaving the country. I'm not going to the rape camp. Sorry. I know I'm a coward. I know I am. But I'm not taking any fucking chance, y'all. I'm sorry that the country has become this. It's crazy that it became this. But here the fuck we are. I'm smart enough not to deny reality just because it's uncomfortable. Yeah, thought crimes. And even if you're white, folks, Jasmine Mooney, a Canadian actress from American Pie, was detained by U.S. immigration for 12 days. This has got to be good for tourism.
I do not wish it upon anyone, to be honest. Like, no one deserves to go through that, what I witnessed, yeah.
You were transported multiple times?
I was transported 3 times, yeah. I was transported today from Arizona all the way back to San Diego, so I haven't slept in 24 hours.
And during the whole process, did anyone tell you what was going on, when you were going to come back?
I still don't even know how I'm home. My best friend Brittany is right there, and her and my friends and my family and the media are the reason I think that I'm home. I haven't even talked to her. I haven't been able to talk to anyone. In 12 days, no one told me anything. Like, not once. So I don't even know how I'm home right now, to be honest.
This is literally not even America anymore. It's some other third world dystopian dictatorship almost over a fucking night. Congratulations, America. And the worst people in the world rule us now. Matt Walsh, I don't want to give the Statue of Liberty to France, but I do think we should remove that dumb poem about the huddled masses and send that to them. They can attach it to the Eiffel Tower or something. America is not an international homeless shelter. Like I said, it's dead, folks. The image I always had of America, this is the land of the free. This is where every freedom-loving, hardworking person wants to come to make a better life for themselves and their family. A melting pot of the best from all over the world, combining their different cultures, the best of each culture, to make the ultimate best culture all around. Greater than the sum of its parts. This is what the image of America has always been, but not anymore, folks. It's all about white supremacy now, all in your face, 24/7. The country as we knew it, dead and gone. And Germany knows it. Also going to be bad for tourism. Germany updated its travel advisory for United States this week, warning of a stricter immigration enforcement at the border. Upping an advisory for visiting an ally country could be construed as a serious step and comes as travelers from both Germany and elsewhere have been detained while in the United States under Trump's sweeping immigration crackdown. In other words, don't come here. It's not safe for anybody anymore. It's not even safe for American citizens anymore. Even we're frightened. This is the last place you want to come. It's a third world hellhole now. You're safer where you're at. Not just Germans, but every fucking body at this point. And then instead of tackling any of the real issues that our society has, Tennessee GOP bill declares trans people don't exist. Yay, yay. I've said it time and time again. Any country that can collapse because of transphobia should collapse because of transphobia. This is a good thing. If this is all it took to collapse this entirely fragile, ridiculous country, good. The Senate Judiciary Committee is set to take up Senate Bill 936 Tuesday, a measure declaring it is state policy that only biological males and females exist in Tennessee, despite the presence of multiple transgender residents at the legislative meetings. Yep, erase your whole identity. And folks, when they're done with the trans people, who's next? Furries? Atheists? Botanists? Who the fuck knows? They'll throw a dart at a dartboard and just decide next who to fearmonger. And then the fakest party on earth. They really love the blue. Here's U.S. Attorney Ed Martin. 5th defendant charged in March 11th assault on Metropolitan Police Department officers. He's like, hit a cop, you'll pay for it. But what he actually means is, hit a cop, you'll pay for it if you're on the left. If you're on the right, you're above the law. You can literally beat cops with flags and get away with it. He supported this, folks. Literally supported the pardoning of people who beat cops with American flags, who stole their riot shields, who crushed them against doorways. They don't give a shit about the police department. They're just trying to send a message to all of us. If you're on the left, we will find you. If you commit a crime, we will lock you up. If you're on the right, whatever you want. It's open season, baby. And then, folks, from everybody who continuously pushes the narrative that Ukraine is a country of Nazis, that Russia was right to attack them because of their Nazi problem. Here is human garbage disposal. Marjorie Trader Queen spreading this narrative and then being slapped down by the most qualified Ukrainian historian in the world.
Time also put together a piece only 3 years ago, and it's quite an extensive video that gives full information about the Nazis in Ukraine and their recruitment efforts that go all around the world. It's amazing to me that just in a few years' time, it's now considered misinformation to talk about the Nazis in Ukraine.
On the question of Nazis, I've written 2 books as a historian about Nazis and the Holocaust. On the question of Ukrainian nationalism, I am the leading scholar of that subject in North America and have been writing about it for 20 years. If the chamber is interested in the degree of far-right participation in Ukrainian politics, you can be assured that no far-right party has ever crossed 3% in Ukrainian election. So, of course, there are bad people in every country, but by any comparative standard is a very small phenomenon.
Yeah, by a comparative standard, we have way more Nazis in this country. 25% of the country voted for a fascist Nazi to be president, to rule us.
Russia, on the other hand, the army includes openly Nazi formations, such as Judicial.
Yep, I'll cover this.
The government itself is fascist in character, and it is carrying out a war which includes deportation of children by the tens of thousands, the open intention of destroying a state, as well as mass torture. So if we're looking for fascism, and if there is anyone who is sincerely concerned about halting fascism or racism, you would wish to halt Russia.
Thank you so much,
But just like the molested children, they actually don't give a shit about any of this.
Snyder. And, you know, this hearing was put together to talk about political warfare, and it's strange because a lot of my Republican colleagues seem to be pointing a lot of fingers, but not at Vladimir Putin and not holding him accountable.
Shocker.
I mean, even top-ranking Republicans are having enough of it. Michael McCall said, quote, "I think Russian propaganda has made its way into the United States. Unfortunately, it's infected a good chunk of my party's base," unquote. We just heard some of that right now. Republican Michael Turner, chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, quote, "We see directly coming from Russia attempts to mass communications that there are anti-Ukraine and pro-Russia messages, some of which we even hear being uttered on the House floor."
Yep, I do love Frost too. Seems like a good one. And that's a good retort to the Nazi argument in Ukraine. And nearly verbatim, folks, what Richard Spencer says, now being repeated by Toe Rogan. Crazy times we're living in.
A thing when an all-white country wants to stay all-white where people get very nervous of. If you have... You know, let's say China. Like, China is Chinese people.
Right.
We all agree that it's
agree. Mostly is.
It's filled primarily with Chinese people.
It is.
There's people that live there from all walks of life, all over the world, but it's mostly Chinese people.
It is mostly Chinese people.
If China had decided that they wanted to remain Chinese and stay Chinese, and that being Chinese was very important to what China is, no one would have a problem with that.
Yes, we would. We would have a problem with China because China seems like a shitty place to live, and they treat their people shittily, and ethno states anywhere seem like a poor choice. I don't think anybody is celebrating fucking China, but also if China had a history of eradicating their neighbors, of conquest, of colonialism, spreading all across the fucking globe, as ethno-states, then yeah, we might be a little bit more nervous. Nobody has ever been better at spreading across the globe and murdering people than white folks. I mean, hey, I'm not saying brown folks didn't give their best effort looking at you, Genghis Khan, but who has been better about spreading across the globe than white folks? You got the British Empire, the Roman Empire, America. We're the best at murdering people and taking over shit. So yeah, no duh that people are often a little bit weary when white folks say, we only want white folks here. But also, the China comparison is bad because China's a shitty place to live, and no one is saying China's great either, you fucking doorknob. So weird, but white supremacy right out in the open, folks, on the world's most popular podcast. And, hey, here's the trash world we live in. If you're a decent guy and try to have a series of morals, it's hard to even make it. But if you're a vile racist, if you spend all day shit-talking black people, using the N-word, hating on women, trans people, you get to hang out with Kanye West, the billionaire.
Yo, you know I'm here with my white supremacist homeboy, Nick. We back.
Yep, but he doesn't care because he's getting attention and making money. He can still think the bad things about you, and you don't care because all you care about is attention. And this is what gets rewarded in our society. The worse you are, the more it rewards you. And then they're just saying the quiet part out loud, folks. They're not even trying to hide it whatsoever. Here's a right-wing influencer, Andrew Wilson, saying that murdering us is justified. Well, not murdering us. I guess he's talking about murdering undocumented workers, illegal aliens who try to cross the border. He's saying that you can kill them and it's not murder because it's justified just to murder them for trying to enter our country.
Have more to add to that, or Andrew? I mean, do you think that there's...
Yeah, it's totally feasible. Absolutely.
Okay.
We can deploy the United States military right to the border, orders shoot to kill.
But
I would do it right away tomorrow.
Wait,
Christian
shoot
love.
to kill?
Oh, yeah.
Illegal immigrants?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus would have been right there with this AR-15 mowing every one of them down. Yeah, it's fine, baby. Yeah, I love Jesus. I love Christ. But brown people don't count. We can just murder them willy-nilly. It's fine, baby. Jesus, love him. I'm so holy and pious. America, baby.
It's our no. If on the border, if they're trying to cross,
border.
yeah.
I thought the ones who are currently
No.
Isn't it wrong to kill though, based in your religion?
It's wrong to murder.
Is that not murder?
No.
Killing someone's not murder?
No, murder definitionally is the unjustified killing of someone.
Okay, so if you can justify it, it's fine.
If you have good justification for it.
That's right. I'll just justify anything. And then it's not murder. Hey, that dude over there is looking a little Hamazi. Justified murderer. Hey, I bet he has Trump derangement syndrome. Justifiable. It's not murder, baby. Kill you all. Just good God. These people rule us now, folks. They feel completely empowered, and they should. And gotta do some town halls, so get your super chats in. Gonna read all the super chats at the end of this section. But at least some people are pushing back at the town halls across the country. Republicans going back to face their constituents. Let's see how that goes for them.
First of all, I do want to say shame. I want to say shame for your comment, your quote that you said, President Zelensky's approach today was disrespectful to President Trump and undermines the goal of bringing peace and that.
Get his ass.
So shame on that. But, second of all, I am the daughter, the niece, the sister of veterans, Korea veteran, Iraqi war. I have received the American Legion Auxiliary newsletter for quite a long time. For decades, they have stated that we are underfunded and understaffed, repeatedly stated that. You have said otherwise with Doge. Who's lying, them or you?
Both, all of them.
We owe our veterans the best possible care we can afford. I'm going to say it again. It's a promise we made. It's a promise we'll keep.
Right.
And it is important not just to Republicans. It's important to Democrats. It's important to independents. Supporting our military and supporting our veterans is something that should unite us as Americans.
Just all talk, 100%. He supports Elon Musk and Doge as they fire tens of thousands of veterans, cut their funding, cut their medical care. Literally doing nothing to stop it. All lip service.
And I will work as your member of Congress to address that.
No, you won't.
I do believe
you do nothing. You're doing nothing.
That White House meeting was a disaster. And I believe that President Zelensky should have signed that agreement.
Seems unpopular. And more. This is Representative Mike Flood that you just saw. Let's look at some more of his town hall meeting.
Why is Elon Musk a better person to audit our government for waste?
Let's start over.
Why is Elon Musk a better person to audit our government for waste, fraud, and abuse than the inspectors general that Donald Trump fired?
He's not.
Because Elon Musk
It's not actually
has
what he's doing.
conflicts of interest out the wazoo.
Elon Musk is actually just putting back doors and taking over the entire government, every fucking agency, under the guise that he's cutting waste and fraud.
$40 billion a year in federal contracts from the federal government.
I'm having trouble hearing you. Can you slow down a little bit?
Elon Musk gets $40 billion a year in funding from the federal government. What makes you think that has no conflict of interest? That he has no conflict of interest? Do you think he would cut that before he would cut our Medicare or our Social Security or our jobs?
Nope. He's 100% going to steal our Social Security and use it for tax cuts for himself. Tesla paid zero in taxes last year, folks.
I support Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency.
Yep, no shit. Same guy that said he loves the troops, he loves the veterans, supports everything they're doing to cut everything for the veterans. It's all so fucking fake. And he knows, folks, your vote doesn't count. Democracy has ended. Elon Musk will outspend every single one of you 1,000,000 times over. Sway a very small few people. That's all it takes. There's nothing you can do about it. You are ruled. You have no power. You have no choice. Submit or be sent to the rape camps. And in Spokane, New Jersey, woman at town hall questioned Donald Trump's imperialist ambitions.
Been in Spokane for 39 years from New Jersey. I've never been involved in politics before, but this is getting really scary.
It is.
Okay. So the things that frighten me is the way this insane president talks about Canada as a 51st state. Yeah. Taking Panama by force and buying Greenland. How does this person qualify as sane? Why is he not being impeached right now?
No one's going to impeach him. You guys know better than that, right? Zero chance he gets impeached. Less than zero. And look at this fucking dipshit. They couldn't care less. You don't have any power. They're just here because they're obligated, because it's tradition for them to sit here and listen to you bitch at them. But what the fuck are you going to do about it? Nothing. Oh, Canada, I love maple syrup. The pariah state of America. In America now, they're cheering the Canadian flag. That's what we've fallen to.
So, in short, I don't support us absorbing Canada. Canada, that would be like taking... Canada's been...
So basically he's going to say Canada's too much of a libtard. We shouldn't take them. And then, folks, it's never going to happen. All they're going to do is cut taxes on the rich and then pass those tax hikes onto us, the poor, just like they've always done. But I guess it feels good to do this, and it's exciting to actually see this happen in public. Town hall chants tax the rich at Republican congressperson. Three-word chant.
Okay, let's talk about this. So your proposal to solve this is to tax the rich.
Yes, absolutely. It doesn't like that, folks. Like, even if it didn't benefit our society with the money that we took from the rich people, even if, like, say we took all the money from the rich where only billionaires had $1 billion. We took everything over $1 billion that every billionaire had. We take about $6.5 trillion from that. We could put that towards our deficit. We could wipe out homelessness, world hunger, anything. But let's say we just took that money and we burned it. Even that would be better than letting the rich keep it. Because letting such few people have such immense power is not good for our society. Money is power. Elon Musk has more power than everybody else in this country combined politically. That's not a good thing. But of course, all that's going to happen is they're going to get more money. That's what America voted for. At least 25% of the system we have now means that if 25% of people vote for something, we have to let them destroy our entire country. What a shitty goddamn system. It's untenable. And then, super brave. At first, Representative Nancy Mace was all like, we don't cower. We don't hide. We don't shrink. We stand tall. We say no more. We fight back. We hold the line. And then, oh my God, so cringe. She says, death goddess energy, which, woo, man, so much to unpack here, but cringe alert. Man, you know, as the host of the world's greatest show and one of the best performers to ever live, I hate it when idiots like this just suck their own dick and continuously brag about themselves. Just shows low self-esteem. Of course, I've covered this better than anybody over the years, but I just hate to see it. Be humble. Be humble. But then, folks, she's so brave, so bold, death goddess energy. And now she's like, Representative Nancy Mace has refused an invitation to face her constituents at an upcoming town hall event in South Carolina. It's not safe. Nancy Mace refuses to do town halls because of threatening constituents. Hey, what happened to death goddess energy? Almost like you are completely fucking full of shit. Now, folks, they're having rallies, and they're claiming the rallies are town halls. They don't want to face their constituents anymore. So instead, they're picking and choosing only conservatives to have rallies in front of and banning anybody that might ask them a tough question, and then claiming these are town halls so they don't look quite as cowardly. Case in point.
I tried to get in. I'm an independent. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I've always been an independent. They wouldn't let me in. They looked up my record on how I voted, and based on that, they refused to let me in. This is not America.
I did attempt to
New America.
get in. They were looking me up on a computer screen. Their response.
That's dystopian.
When they found my name was, oh.
And now Elon Musk knows exactly everybody you've contributed to, has all your bank account, everything. They know everything about you. Have it all in his little AI program where they can just type your name in. It's a social credit score. You know, the same thing they've been railing against forever. They've done it. They've set it up, folks.
Seriously. And then I was given the reasoning that this was a private event and that this is private property and they have paid for it. And so that they could decide who came in and who didn't, and that they had decided that it was for Republicans only. When I said that I am a constituent, and I have been for years, and I have a right to speak to my congressman and to question him, they said no, it should not be just for Republicans. That is a rally, not a town hall.
Basically, this is cowardice. These people are supposed to be representing everyone in their district, and they're not. He only talks to those people who agree with him. He doesn't talk to anybody.
Yep, cowardly sacks of shit hiding from their constituency because they know your vote doesn't count anymore. Why should they listening to you? And I think this was supposed to make me feel better. Reminder that only 23% of the U.S. population voted for Trump. Stop acting like these psychos are the majority. And maybe that's true, but we also have a system where if 23% of the people vote for something, that means the president can literally destroy the country, literally rob our coffers, literally disappear people to rape camps in the middle of the night. Then fuck it. That's a system that has to collapse, regardless of how many people voted for it, right? It has to end, folks. Representative democracy was a good experiment, but it's one that needs to end. It might have been semi-sufficient for the slave owner days 200 years ago, but now doesn't serve us very well. Now we have a system where we are ruled by an oligarchy and our votes don't fucking count. It has to crumble sooner rather than later. And that is my long-ass Chud Watch for tonight. An hour and a half of Chud Watch. Fuck yeah, for those of you who love my Chud Watch. And now, please forgive me before I do a quick commercial. Ass to crumble. Shut the fuck up, Dusty. Rather than later. And first off, I gotta fucking. That is. Shut up again! God damn it! Won't you hush, Dusty? Nobody listens to you. If you click on the more button on this video or watch it right now, it pops down. The very first link is to my Patreon. I know nobody wants to give money. You're watching my show for free right now. Why should you pay me when I'm giving the product away for free? But hey, if you don't, I might have to quit doing this, and I only make money off the show from my patrons and on Super Chats. It's 100% user supported, y'all. I don't sell anything. I don't cut anybody out of money. My business model is to put out free content, to work my ass off, and then for those who can't afford it, I put it out for free. But if you can't afford to chip in a couple bucks a month to help me stay in business, please do so, because if you don't, I'll have to quit. If you don't want to see me quit, it's a great time to chip in. And also, look at this, folks. You get access to all the after parties, every one I've ever done. It's another whole section, another video right after this show of all the best stuff I actually save. It's less depressing. It starts here tonight. Look at this. It's a big after party night. Starts right up here. All this stuff we're covering at the after party tonight. So get your ticket right now, please. And go sign up our Patreon. Thank you in advance. And all right, let's read the super chats and see how we did tonight. Big money, no whammies. As always, Rebecca Poise, superhero of the show. Seeing Elon crying after all the cruelty he has and will continue to inflict on this world gives me a much needed smile. Yet we hadn't covered the Elon stuff. That's coming up at the top of the next section. Prepare your anus, Rebecca. Love you as always. BBC. Segregation is back, y'all. I know, right? Holy God, it's wild. Congratulations, MAGA. How are those egg prices? They never cared about egg prices. They never cared about black people. They don't care about anything except for cruelty, because cruelty is the point. Good to see you, BBC. Take some money, Silver Dusty. I will. Fuck you, Mike. Fuck yeah, Mikey Savage. What a savage you are. Appreciate you. Green Jeans, $20. Levitt's voice is so cringe, like nails down a chalkboard. The lies can't take much more of this administration. Thanks for keeping it real. Scratches to the kiddies. I'll give them super scratches to you. Thank you for the $20. Very generous, Green Jeans. Angular American, one ticket. If you got it, you give Angular your love and show up at tonight's after party. Clips of Dusty. Hey, what's up, Clips? Hey, Dusty, the Clips channel has over 16,000 views. What up? Fuck yeah. Attaboy. Sorry for not being here live more often. You're 3 hours ahead of me. Hey, you're doing what you can. Thank you for your service. Clips of Dusty. Shadow Ball 666. Hell Satan, how's the Ozempic treating you? I got up my dose. I'm hungry. Apparently the half a pill ain't working no more, y'all. I'm about to crank that shit up, but it's going good. I'm eating a lot better, a lot more healthy. I got all these healthy choice small meals, and I've been trying to limit my portion size, so it's going good. Plus, I've been drinking. The alcohol was really what packs the pounds on you. Just stopping drinking alone will help me lose weight, so it's going pretty good, I guess, overall. Thank you for asking. Shut up, all. Hugh Allen, $10. Keep on bashing the fast, brother. I'll do what I do. I require 10 Nazi scouts from each one of you, or die trying. $2 Proto Latino who voted for Trump look really dumb. Yep. But hey, I guess they'll get what they fucking deserve. I doubt they even give a shit. They're probably too stupid to even know what the fuck's happening. Criminal making the laws. The country is overcooked. Yep, it's done. Burnt Cajun, baby. Thank you, Victor Van. Good to see you tonight. Ashok Kumar, $2.79 Canadian. Take off, hoser. Thanks. Miss BVM, $6.99. Wish I had more to give, but tightening our Canadian belts. You are the only live show I watch. Hey, I'm the only show worth watching on YouTube. I guess maybe Ugly Ass Hassan Piker, but I don't know. Maybe the Surfs. The Vanguard's okay, I guess. But other than that, definitely the best show. And you know what makes the show so good? My humility. Unmatched, really. Agent Orange, $25 for a group of people who condemn anyone left of Henry Kissinger. Rest in piss. As communists, they sure have no problem using the Soviet playbook to gain power. Hey, yeah, Soviets hate gays. They hate trans people. They're conservative as shit. Who needs freedom, baby? Thank you, Agent Orange. Good to see you tonight. Very generous. Appreciate you. $10. Thank you. High five to whoever gifted me a membership. Fuck yeah, that's the way to do it. We have the best crew on all of YouTube, the best community. So if you're not watching live, what the fuck is wrong with you? Show up and hang out with all your new best friends. This is the place to be on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights. Just saying hi. Love you guys. Love you, Smokey Stew. Get to 1 ticket. Fuck yeah, Smokey Stew. Appreciate you. Pixel Pusher 5 tickets. If you got a free ticket, give these guys your love and show up at the after party. Check the community section of YouTube. And if you want a free ticket to all the after parties, you have to show up live for your chance to randomly win a ticket. They give them away here, folks. We have a very generous crowd. Welcome to the Fourth Reich. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm about to go to Mexico. Maybe it'll be cool. $10, E Unhinged. What's up, E? I fear the same thing that happened to Argentina's dirty war 76-83 might be happening now. Los Desparcidos, Spanish for the disappeared, poof, gone. Yep. Definitely reminds me of Nazi Germany. Scary fucking times. I never thought I'd see it. The same people that claim they love freedom, the Constitution, and free speech. The very ones that are going to march us to the camps. Swaggering Cat, $20. The Pharaohs remind us that Whiteys are the invaders here. The people, not the cats. They send their regards. Yeah, nobody's been better in history about murdering folks and taking their shit than white people. We are cream of the crop as far as that goes. Some kind of evolutionary mutation that just allowed us to be the world's best predators. It's crazy as shit. Icy one, $10. Hey, Dusty. Hey, Icy. Stopping by to donate and to say I appreciate your content. I'll have to watch the episode later, though. Peace, brother. Peace to you, Icy one. Hope to see you tomorrow, and thanks for donating. Mitchell Guide, 5 tickets. Fuck yeah, Mitchell. You the man. Love you. Give Mitchell your love. You got one. The Miss Jamie Show, $20. Very generous, Miss Jamie. If you got your own show, you should have posted the link. Everybody loved Miss Jamie. Appreciate you. I name you. 1 ticket. Thanks, I name you. Haley D, what's up, Haley? Wednesday. Fuck yeah, it's Wednesday. Doing what I do on a hump day to entertain you guys. And I appreciate you for tuning in. We get to hang out for a while tonight. The highlight of my week. And hey, thank you for I donated. Oh, I got a couple more. Good one. Oh, good on you, mate. Hey, good on you, you future motherfucker from Australia. Hey, I'm about to go to Australia. I bet I'd fit in good in Australia. I sure would miss my family and being so far away from everybody, but at least I'd probably be safe over there. Anybody in Australia want to hook a brother up? HBO. Thank you, Randy Todd. MW, $10. Have you heard of The Iron Hill by Jack London? I have not. It predicted all the way back in 1908 that Christian conservatives would let a fascist capitalist oligarchy take over. Well, I mean, that was an easy prediction, right? That's like, there will be wars and talk of wars in the end days. There's always been wars and talk of wars since the beginning of fucking time. No dub. Hey, I'll check that out. Thank you, EMW and Rick Weismer. $6. Hey, us old punks in the back of this pit are still working hard to fight the power. Appreciate you. Keep doing what you do. I appreciate the backup, Rick. You rock. King Kelly McMickle, $10. Didn't say nothing, but you ain't got to, you sexy motherfucker. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club. And all right, folks, still plenty of time to get your super chats in. I'm going to read every single one of them at the end of the show, so please get them in early. Please get them in often. Support the world's greatest show. But for now, we're going to move on and do a little section I like to call To the Tune of Louie Louie, if you're old enough to remember that song. Elon, oh, baby, this motherfucker gotta go. Yeah. Let's check in to see what President Elon is doing this week. First off, Musk moves to close dozens of Social Security offices. He wants to make it to where your grandmother, who can't drive, has to travel extra far to get her Social Security payments. They're making it more of a hassle before he actually cancels our Social Security altogether and just steals all the money that you and I have paid into the system for 30 years. So he can have big tax cuts, folks. They're not cutting the budget. They're not cutting the deficit. Not a single fucking penny. It's all about stealing everything from us. They're doing it right in front of our faces. They're not even trying to hide it. And then he got to pretend like he don't know why people hate him. Meanwhile, Deutsch has closed Pennsylvania campgrounds. Several federally operated campgrounds at one of the Pennsylvania's most popular summer destinations will be closed indefinitely due to executive order driving staff shortages. Man, America's not even what it was anymore, folks. One of the greatest pastimes in America was going to your local park, taking your family camping, going to your federal lands, enjoying the nature, the beauty our country has to offer. We're no more, baby. The very institutions of America are being dissected, ripped apart right in front of our very fucking eyes because the world's richest man needs a bigger tax cut. He can't pay 10 more cents of fucking taxes. Everything for him, nothing for you. And unsurprisingly, people are quite unhappy with the world's richest man buying up our whole fucking government. the largest purveyor of misinformation in the entire world, according to his own AI bot, Grok. At first, he was like, civil war is brewing, stirring the pot. Civil war is inevitable, he called it, folks. So when this happened, you think he wouldn't be surprised. Several vehicles set on fire in Tesla, Las Vegas. Yeah, people are mad, folks. A mini revolution. We'll see if it grows. So far, it's looking like this.
A targeted attack. Tonight, authorities investigating what they're calling a targeted attack on a Tesla repair center in Las Vegas. This dramatic video showing multiple cars in flames. According to authorities, the suspected arson occurred early this morning. When police arrived, they found 5 vehicles set on fire or damaged, and the word resist spray painted on the front of the business.
Damn!
We believe the suspect approached the business wearing all black clothing, and he used what appear to be Molotov cocktails and a firearm to conduct his attack.
Just hours before in Kansas City, 2 Tesla Cybertrucks set ablaze at a dealership there.
Yep.
Tonight, the FBI stepping in to help local police investigate both incidents.
So shit is popping off, y'all. We'll see if the torch sets fire and burns across the goddamn country, but it's not looking good. And so, I love this cartoon. Superman sees a building on fire. Oh, it's a Tesla. Change back into my clothes, whistle while I work. Didn't see nothing. True hero. Love me some Superman. And Elon, he has no idea why everybody's so mean to him, y'all. He has done nothing wrong to anybody. He's a saint in his own mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's really come as quite a shock to me that there's this level of really hatred and violence from the left. I always thought the left, or Democrats, were supposed to be the party of empathy.
Yeah, so much. I love the fucking argument. So much for the tolerant left. That's what these idiots always say. It's the worst straw man. Whenever somebody says that, it just makes me think you're a fucking idiot that knows nothing about the left. I know that the right has invented the straw man, and they think they're owning the left by saying, so much for the tolerant left, but the left has never been about tolerance. That is just something you guys made up because the left is tolerant towards things that don't hurt anybody, like trans people and gay rights. We're tolerant about that. But we've never been tolerant about racism, about fascism. Pick up a fucking book and read about any leftist revolution in history. It's all about guillotines, and read little Marx. Read what he said about owning fucking guns, okay? I'm sorry your straw man is not true, but that is not a reflection on the left. That's a reflection on your own stupidity, you fucking moron.
Party of caring, and yet they're burning down cars. They're
not the cars.
Dealerships. They're firing bullets into dealerships. They're just, smashing up Teslas. Tesla is a peaceful company. We've never done anything harmful.
Yeah, you have. You literally took money away from cancer research. You're literally gutting our fucking government to give yourself an extra 10 cents in tax cuts. You're threatening to take our Social Security away. And that's just a starter's list for evil shit you've done.
I've never done anything harmful. I've only done productive things.
Bullshit.
So
crazy. So crazy.
I think we just have a deranged, there's some kind of mental illness thing going on here, because this doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense, y'all. It's such a surprise.
I think there are larger forces at work as well. I mean, I don't know
Demons.
who's funding it and who's coordinating
Who's funding it?
This is crazy. I've never seen anything like
crazy. It's crazy. People are actually starting to fight back against me, folks, and I don't understand what's going on, y'all. I just a small war bean. I never did anything wrong. Yes, I did a couple little Nazi salutes, and yes, I bought the government of the United States for $300 million, and yes, I'm destroying the whole country. Yes, I'm going to make it to where your grandma doesn't have health care or Social Security and has to eat cat food. Yes, I'm one of the most corrupt motherfuckers that ever lived, but why everybody hating on me? I didn't do nothing. Just good God, dude. Whiny bitch, you're rich. Buy a fucking clue. My companies make great products. They don't, that people love. And I've never physically hurt anyone. Yeah, personally, never did fucking Hitler, except for himself. Did make him a good dude, though, dickhead. So why the hate and violence against me? Oh, let's ask Grok. Hey, Grok, who is the leading purveyor of misinformation on Twitter? I'm assuming you mean Grok. Yeah, I meant Grok. Research and posts often point Elon Musk as a major contributor due to his massive following, over 200 million. Yes, your own AI agent explaining why everybody hates you, why you're a danger to our fucking society. You've taken all our vote away. You've ended democracy as we know it. You rule us. Whatever you want is done, man. And people don't like kings. They don't like that shit. And this is the guy claiming the left is violent. Had no problem pardoning all these fucking people once again. Because these idiots ain't about shit. And how it started. Civil war is inevitable. Next thing you know, the level of this violence is insane and deeply wrong. Tesla just makes electric cars and has done nothing to deserve this evil attack. Yeah, get fucked, dude. You better start wearing your kid as a helmet more often. You're going to need it. And then they're calling it terrorism, of course, folks. People could literally come and kill you. It would be terrorism. Somebody could come cut your guts out. They wouldn't call it terrorism. But you scratch a cyber truck. Terrorism, folks. They're going to come after you with the fucking hammer. Because now, in our society, rich people's vehicles have more rights than you do. I shit you fucking not. Even Pam Bondi, who runs the Department of Justice, warning vandalizing a Tesla truck is terrorism. Domestic terrorism, y'all. Just crazy as fucking shit. Storming the Capitol building, trying to overthrow democracy, not terrorism. Keying a Tesla truck, terrorism. What a fucking unserious goddamn country this is. Yes, domestic terrorism. Scott Jennings blows up a Nero Tandem. So, when they do it to a Tesla dealership, it's really bad. But when they do it to the halls of Congress, we should pardon them. Is that your position? Yes. Nothing makes any sense. Cars have more rights than our own democracy, than each and every one of us. Late stage capitalism, y'all. And then, beyond parody, these folks. This is the official House Judiciary GOP Twitter account. Democrats are cheering for American companies to fail. Disgusting. What kind of vile sack of un-American shit would root for an American company to fail? Only the worst among us, same account. Bud Light, Disney, Target, go woke, go broke. All your companies are failing because you did something we don't like. We love it, says the House Judiciary GOP. Yeah, who could be this giant piece of shit you're warning us against? I wonder. Who could it be? Who could it be now? And yes, completely beyond parody. Here's the arguments that the right is making online. Look at them overreact and refuse to buy Bud Light. This is a lefty, I guess. I'm burning every Tesla to the ground. Yes, aren't these two things exactly the same? Isn't the fact that Bud Light gave one single can with a trans influencer picture on it, didn't do any commercials, didn't advertise it. They just gave her a single can with her picture on it. Isn't that the same thing as the world's richest man buying up the government, burning it all down, and stealing our Social Security money? Isn't it the same thing as him being the leading purveyor of misinformation in the entire fucking world? Literally destroying our country from the inside out. Isn't that the same thing as a single can of Bud Light? I am very smart. Such ownage of the left. And then, speaking of the ownage of the left, I give you the typical Elon Musk nut hunger. The typical Elon Musk bro, this unhinged shirtless dude, melts down at anti-Tesla protesters, starting to think Elon Musk fans are not the best, not the brightest.
I don't give a fuck about your phone. I don't give a fuck about your shit.
Talk to people,
yeah, keep talking, dude. I don't give a fucking shit.
You clearly you don't. But you want people to hear you, right?
Look how little I care. I don't care about anything. That's why I got my shirt off and I'm screaming because of my lack of care. This is how somebody that doesn't care acts. Dude, nobody has ever cared about anything more. Pathetic moron.
No, I don't want anybody to hear me. I want y'all to shut the fuck up. People are hearing you. Fucking dumb shit.
You sound like you're just angry and you don't know how to communicate it.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
So you want me to communicate it or no? You get out of my fucking face.
You're in their face.
My fucking face.
Oh my God, this dude. Mentally unwell.
We're exercising free speech, man.
Me too.
I know.
I'm exercising my free speech. And look, you're holding up traffic, holding up Nazi signs.
No, but
Think about what the fuck you're doing.
Anti-Nazi signs, actually.
You guys got your back. You are who got these Nazis back.
Anti-Nazis.
They're all the Nazi signs.
It's an anti-Nazi sign. It says no Nazis.
Those aren't Nazi signs. Yeah, fuck fascism, man.
Nazis in Texas, bro. We're against Nazis.
If you're against Nazis, man, we are too.
The fuck are you even arguing about?
Deport Nazis. Deport Nazis. Where are the Nazis?
Elon Musk doing the Nazi salute a bunch of times.
Where are the Nazis?
Literally wearing a hat on purpose with a Nazi font. I think I may be looking at a Nazi, to be honest with you.
You guys are the Nazis.
Well, you're not the fucking Nazis, dude. What? Come on,
you
man.
You're bald head and you're a white boy.
I'm not bald. Come on.
Your argument, then we can listen to you, bro. But right now, you just sound like you're mad about some shit you don't know.
I am mad about some shit.
It's okay to be mad. Let's talk about it, man.
The best thing that you can communicate to us so far is that you're mad about some shit.
So get out of my face. I'm not trying to listen. Get out of my face, bro.
They're not in your face.
Man.
You came up
Come on, dude.
Yeah, I did, because you're fucking standing here fucking with stupid ass Nazi signs, bro.
Those are anti-Nazi signs.
We can stand
Excuse
here,
me?
just like you can stand here.
But you're not gonna keep pushing me back, bro, because you keep standing like this, and that's just irritating my fucking physical being. Because I'm telling you, fuck you and Biden, fuck Democrats. You guys ruined my country. When you guys got an office,
What about the Republicans, man?
What about the Republicans?
They're not doing anything bad.
Americans, people. We are Americans.
Why? We're all Americans.
You're definitely a great representative of America.
The cause is divide.
Yeah, you're not being divisive at all.
I'm just trying to say, America is democracy and Republicans. Why can't it just be one? One!
Yeah.
This is what it causes! Divide! In our country!
What a unifier this guy is.
We're divided because people like attitudes like that are dividing us, man.
I'm not unhinged.
Bro,
if I was unhinged because you guys would have all been hurt.
He wants to hurt him so bad. That's the whole point of him taking his shirt off and trying to intimidate them. He wants to beat them so bad, but he's on fucking camera, so he can't do it. But he's literally just trying to violently intimidate these people. It's so obvious because that's all they fucking got.
That's a threat, bro.
I'm not threatening anybody.
Yes, he is.
Absolutely
yes, he is.
You're on tape.
He's trying to.
If I would have done it, I would have done it already.
Yeah, you're trying to instigate it, though. He's 100% trying to instigate something so he has an excuse to punch somebody because this is what they are. They're fucking bullies and thugs. And they don't give a shit about your free speech. They don't give a shit about your First Amendment. They just want to hurt you. That's why they love Donald Trump.
I'm not threatening physically.
Yes, you are.
Anybody.
You are,
just did. You literally just did. You're on tape doing it.
They use little words.
Oh, come on. Fuck you.
You guys are so
And now he's going to walk away. Now he's made a fool himself on video. He realized that didn't go well for him. He didn't come off well. Run away. You sad, pathetic sack of goddamn shit. And then, looks like Elon Musk, little baby hackers, are trying to do some dirty deeds done dirt cheap. New poll on how many Germans want to buy a Tesla has been manipulated with 253,000 votes from 2 different IP addresses. Yeah, they did a poll last week. How many Germans want to buy a Tesla? It was 94% said absolutely not. They reran it this week. Now it's 70% say they want a Tesla. They looked into it. 2 IPs cast 253,000 votes, so nice try, but this is what the world's richest man does. He doesn't actually have, 200 million subscribers. It's almost all bots. This is how all of social media works. They pay for bots. Elon Musk uses his bots to boost them up, so we think they're much more popular than they are, which justifies all the money they fucking give them, which dispirits us. And it works, to be honest with you. But people mad at Tesla, y'all. Nobody likes the wank pezzer. Apparently this one was parked in the bus lane. This gentleman had a novel solution. Let's just ride the fuck over it. Boom! Yep, nice. Glad somebody got that on video. Everybody hates the Tesla, y'all. Apparently it's the new doggy poo bin. Dog poo being thrown in a Cybertruck in St. Pete, Florida. Yep, there you go. Just walk right by it and throw the poop on it. But that's domestic terrorism now, y'all. Be careful. There's cameras all over the thing. This car has more rights than you do and like triple the rights of a woman. 10 times the rights of a black person. So be very careful, y'all. And this video is pretty cute, pretty funny. I liked it. From the Daily Show comedian. These poor Cybertruck owners are being targeted by vandals. And it's not funny.
Man, it's hard being a Cybertruck owner. So hard.
Amen, brother.
You guys get vandals drawn on your Cybertruck?
Oh, yeah.
The other day, somebody spray painted a penis on my Cybertruck. Someone spray painted a Hitler mustache on mine.
I got a penis entering Hitler's mouth.
Awful. It's not even funny.
Yeah, big hairy penis entering Hitler's mouth right on the hood of my Cybertruck.
I got a Hitler having sex with another Hitler, doggy style. Somebody spray painted a butt on my Cybertruck, and the butthole was pooping out a swastika into Hitler's mouth. It's not even funny. And Hitler, he was wearing a brassiere.
You know what I get a lot of on my Cybertruck?
What's that?
Turds.
Oh my God. So many turds. What does my Cybertruck look like? One of those long metallic toilets at baseball stadiums? It's not even funny. What does my Cybertruck look like? A giant metallic porta potty on its side? It's just not fair. I didn't know that Elon was crazy when I bought this thing.
When'd you buy it? February
2025.
I mean, it's not all bad, right? A pretty lady did wave to me the other day. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, she lifted her arm straight out. Never mind.
That makes sense. It's the Wake Panther, the swastika. The worst vehicle ever made. And even Vancouver giving the boot to Elon Musk. Vancouver International Auto Show axes Tesla from event. The Vancouver International Auto Show has removed U.S. electric car maker Tesla from its event next week, saying its primary concern was the safeties of attendees. That's right, it's no longer safe to own or even be around a Tesla. I wonder if that's going to be good for their brand. I guess we'll all find out together. And then apparently Tesla insurance rates are set to spike as cars become vandalism targets. Uh-oh. Who could have seen this coming? I told you guys. I specifically ordered you guys never to key every Tesla you see, but I told you if people actually did that, then people would be less likely to buy a Tesla because it would be a liability. And here you go. Enjoy your hefty insurance premiums, Tesla owners. You earned them, dumbasses. Meanwhile, some of the biggest investors in Tesla are begging Elon Musk to drop out as the CEO of Tesla. This article doesn't matter. I don't even fucking read it. But good, he's not going to go anywhere. But at least Ross Gerber, one of the biggest Tesla investors, saying, what are you doing? Tesla has dropped like 30% in the last month. Get back to work, dumbass. Elon should have to send an email with 5 bullet points and what the fuck he's doing to every single Tesla investor, or else you're fired. But hey, it's a different set of rules for them, folks. What's good for the goose is not good for the gander, and that is my President Elon section. Fuck yeah! And what you guys think about that? Sha-na-na-na, hey, you suck. Yes, you do. Tesla sales down 73% in February 25 compared to February 24 here in Australia. Too much. Who are these 27% of people buying Tesla in Australia? Gonna vote you guys off the island. And all right, folks, move right along. I don't have any Beyond Parody tonight. That's how depressing the last 2 days have been. We're gonna do a Free Palestine, which is depressing. We're going to do a religious bullshit, which is depressing. And we're going to do one hero and finish it off. I'm sorry, that's all I got for you. But hey, it's already almost 2 hours into the show. Holy God. I told you it's going to be a longer for a Wednesday. And who loves overtime? All of you motherfuckers. So reward me for overtime. But for now, let's get super depressed. But depressed together. It's time for Free Palestine. Zionists can lick my balls. I wish. And the ceasefire is over, folks. Trump got his little photo op. He got his little good press, pretending to temporarily halt the war. But Israel military launched a large-scale bombing campaign on the Gaza Strip early Tuesday, breaking the fragile ceasefire with Hamas that has been in place since late January. At least 404 people have been killed, with 562 people injured. The ethnic cleansing, the genocide continuing. It was only a very temporary pause. Breaking Israeli attacks have resumed, killing several Palestinians after unilaterally announcing the end of the ceasefire in Gaza. We all knew it was just a political ploy. We all knew it wasn't meant to last. They always break their ceasefire. As Emma Vigilante says, little dead babies in Gaza, they keep coming on the feed. Trump got his temporary ceasefire PR victory for the inauguration, but now it's back to regularly scheduled programming. Congratulations to Miriam Adelson, who bought the continuation of the Holocaust for $100 million. Yep, the world's billionaires, the world's rich, unlimited money to buy murder of children, to buy genocide, to rule us. And until the system collapses, there's nothing we can do about it, folks, until the revolution happens. And folks, did you know that Jesus was a Palestinian? Americans who think vandalism is terrorism, yep. Palestinians, they don't give a shit. They care about the cars more than they care about the fucking humans, these Christians. The worst among us. And big ups to Ireland, who did a little passive resistance, I guess you would say. This on a golf course in Ireland today. Free Palestine! Yep. Orange Hitler. Gonna genocide the Palestinian people even further and steal their land. And nobody loves jizzing over Israel more than U.S. ogre and terrorist Senator John Fetterman. Answer: Hamas does not want peace. I unapologetically 100% stand with Israel. Yeah, no shit. We know who you work for, Fetterman. It ain't us. And demand the release of all remaining hostages. Just evil personified, folks. The Democrats are not going to save you. I promise you that. Meanwhile, green card holder Mahmoud Khalil, who was deported from the United States for daring to speak out against child murder and genocide, because that's who we are now, speaks out for the first time since his arrest. He put out this letter. Letter from Palestinian political prisoner in Louisiana, dictated over the phone. My name is Mahmoud Khalil, and I am a political prisoner. I am writing to you to inform to you from a detention facility in Louisiana, where I wake to cold mornings and spend long days bearing witness to the quiet injustices underway against a great many people precluded from the protections of the law. Who has the right to have rights? It is certainly not the humans crowded into the cells here. It is the Senegalese man I met, who has been deprived of his liberty for a year, his legal situation in limbo, and his family an ocean away. It isn't the 21-year-old detainee I met who stepped foot in this country at age 9, only to be deported without so much as a hearing. Justice escapes the contours of this nation's immigration facilities. On March 8th, I was taken by DHS agents who refused to provide a warrant and accosted my wife and me as we returned from dinner. By now, the footage of that night has been made public. Before I knew what was happening, agents handcuffed and forced me into an unmarked car. At that moment, my only concern was for Noor's safety. I had no idea if she would be taken too, since the agents had threatened to arrest her for not leaving my side. DHS would not tell me anything for hours. I did not know the cause of my arrest or if I was facing immediate deportation. At 26 Federal Plaza, I slept on the cold floor. In the early morning hours, agents transported me to another facility in Elizabeth, New Jersey. There I slept on the ground and was refused a blanket despite my request. They're torturing this guy, a green card holder, for speaking out against child murder, y'all. My arrest was a direct consequence of exercising my right to free speech as I advocated for a free Palestine and an end to the genocide in Gaza, which resumed in full force Monday night. With January ceasefire now broken, parents in Gaza are once again cradling two small shrouds, and families are forced to wage starvation and displacement against bombs. It is our moral imperative to persist in the struggle for their complete freedom. Anyway, I'm going to not read the whole thing. It's 5 pages of this guy begging for fucking help as they torture this political prisoner for daring to use his free speech to try to save children's lives. And This Week Tonight had a pretty good section on it. Hopefully, I will not get copyrighted for sharing this, but this was such a great and powerful section from John Oliver. I just wanted to share this 3 minutes about this horrible situation.
Mike Johnson was asked what specific crime Khalil committed. This was his response.
If you are on a student visa and you're in America and you're an aspiring young terrorist who wants to prey upon your Jewish classmates, you're going home. We're going to arrest your tail and we're going to send you home where you belong.
Okay, first, he's not on a student visa anymore. He has a green card. Second, aspiring young terrorist would be a great band name, but it's a pretty awful thing to call someone who engaged in protected protest. And finally, if you're going to do something this offensive, don't get cute about it. Just say, we're going to arrest your ass like a fucking adult.
Yeah, but he's too much of a fucking pussy. He's okay with disappearing people to rape camps, but he can't say the fucking word ass. These are the people we got him dealing with here. I'm going to call this kid a terrorist. This green card holder a terrorist simply for trying to fight for the rights of the Palestinian people, y'all. It has to collapse.
And it's not just Johnson making big claims about Khalil without support. The Department of Homeland Security, for instance, claimed he led activities aligned to Hamas. But when a DHS official was asked to back up that assertion by NPR, he had shockingly little in response.
So how did he support Hamas? Exactly what did he do?
Well, I think you can see it on TV, right? It's this is somebody that we've invited and allowed the student to come into the country, and he's put himself in the middle of the process of basically pro-Palestinian activity.
Yeah, pro-Palestinian activity, baby. He's admitting it right there. He's not a terrorist. I have no evidence he supported Hamas. Literally supporting Palestine is enough to get you thrown out of the country. It's enough to get us to erase your free speech, to make you a political prisoner, to torture you.
Okay, first, when the question is about providing support for Hamas and the answer is pro-Palestinian activity, you are already telling on yourself. And it is not great when your best evidence is, I think you can see it on TV, right? That's the same level of detail my parents would give to the question, what does John do for work? I mean, you can...
So good section by Oliver. Let's continue on. Let's skip over a little bit.
The vibes are off. Protesting in and of itself is not a crime, even if it makes people uncomfortable. Kind of like that DHS guy's official portrait.
I mean, it's not supposed to be, but this is the new America. Protesting is now going to be made illegal. Might have to get sent to the rape camps, protesters.
Crime, but uncomfortable, right? I don't like it, but it's not illegal. Now, to her credit, that host repeatedly tried to get more specifics from him, but without much success.
So what is the standard? Is any criticism of the Israeli government a deportable offense?
Like I said, I think that at this point, when he was entered into the country on a student visa, at any point we can go through and evaluate what his status is, and the Secretary of State...
Is any criticism of the United States government a deportable offense? Is protesting a deportable offense?
Like I said, you're focused on protesting. I'm focused on this visa process. He went through a legal process, came into the country...
Are you saying that he lied on his application? He's a lawful permanent resident married to an American citizen.
Well, I think if he would have declared he's a terrorist, we would have never let him in.
Okay. Literally anybody who wants the children to stop being murdered, anybody who thinks the Zionist terrorist regime of Israel is a terrorist organization is themselves a terrorist, y'all. And this new government.
Okay, I know that if he just told us he was a terrorist might sound like a joke, but anyone who's actually been through the...
So crazy. Hey, congratulations, MAGA. You got what you wanted. Is this what you wanted? I guess it is. I guess it's the country you guys wanted. No more free speech. Disappeared to rape camps. I guess that's what you guys wanted. I'm so owned. You own me. You did it. You destroyed the country. America died. You killed it. But at least we're fucking owned. So good on you. And yes, Israel massacred 400 Palestinian people last night. So, of course, Chuck Schumer goes on The View to blame the left for anti-Semitism.
It was really never that bad until 2017. And until October 7th last year.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden...
When the Jews were attacked by
Hamas initially in the brutal...
Got to spread that narrative. Got to spread that pro-Zionist, pro-genocide propaganda.
The little small bees did the Israel. You just sitting there about their own business. They never did anything to anybody, and then the evil world just attacked them for nothing. Why does everybody always hate Israel? They never hurt nobody. What's going on? Everybody just hates them because we're Jews.
The women raped and the little babies' heads chopped off.
Literally. This is the guy who's the most powerful man in the Democratic Party right now, spreading a lie that he knows has been debunked, a lie he knows is not true, in order to justify the eradication, the genocide of the Palestinian people and their ethnic cleansing. The Democrats, folks, both sides, lockstep to make sure you cannot protest, you cannot speak out.
All of that brutally. And all of a sudden, anti-Semitism developed.
All of a sudden?
It was really never that bad.
What? Out of nowhere? Why did this happen? Yes. At least, though, we got to watch him on MSNBC do the humiliation tour and watch all his fellow Democrats in Congress shit all over him for his amazing cowardice and caving to Trump's spending bill.
Look, Chuck and I disagreed as it relates to the approach and outcome.
I think there is a deep sense of outrage and betrayal. And this is not just about progressive Democrats. This is across the board, the entire party.
I still support Senator Schumer as leader, but I think the only way that we are going to be effective as a caucus is if we change our tactics.
I would have liked to see, when Chuck Schumer had leverage here, to say we need A, B, C, and D for the Democratic Party and force the Republicans to meet him halfway on those issues.
I myself don't give away anything for nothing. And I think that's what happened the other day.
They said, okay, he said leverage, I think it was the governor.
Yeah, you're a coward. They're all speaking out against you. You fucking worthless prick. But they're all worthless, I guess. Fuck the Democrats. And then, this is how politics works in this country now. A guy from Malaysia who's never stepped foot in America gets paid by the world's richest man to shit on Palestinians in defense of America, a country he's never entered, has no relationship to. What does she contribute to America? Yeah, hey, what do you contribute to America? You Malaysian disinfo agent. Disgusting pile of goo. Unfuckable. I am Miles Chong. And I'll finish on this one, folks. There is no flag large enough to cover the shame of killing innocent people. Nothing will ever cover it, y'all. No forgiveness should be given to us. We are a worthless society of criminals, of terrorists. Not all of us, but we all allow this system to happen where 22% of the people can destroy our whole fucking country, genocide people, get away with it, and it's both fucking parties. So, death to America! Fuck this place, and that is My Free Palestine in Minecraft, death to America in Minecraft. And I actually say this as a patriot. I want a country, a strong America, a loving, a peaceful America, a place that honors what America was supposed to be, a melting pot where the best among us from all over the world can come and live in harmony, where we don't disappear people to rape camps, where you still have First Amendment free speech rights. I want that America. I actually love what America was supposed to be, but this ain't fucking it. This version of America has to die, folks. It has to. Every empire eventually collapses, and it's time. And all right. He doesn't even go here. Nope, and never will. I hate his glasses too. Hate everything about him. Worthless fucking human being. And all right, we're along, folks. We got a religious bullshit, and then we got one hero. So show's almost over. Get your super chats in. But gotta finish you guys off, not with a happy ending, but with the horrors of Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. It's time for religious bullshit. It is time for religious bullshit. And folks, you're not gonna believe this. They finally caught one. Florida deacon arrested on child porn bestiality. What? Okay, fucking the kids, I don't understand, but at least that's what you guys usually do. But now you got to bring the dogs into it? God damn it, Christians. Christopher Hayes, a 46-year-old realtor, youth lacrosse coach, and church deacon, has been arrested following a disturbing investigation into child pornography and bestiality. The Pasco County Sheriff's Office uncovered hundreds of explicit files linked to Hayes, including videos depicting child sexual abuse and sexual acts involving animals. Just good old Christian values. Hell yeah. Starting to think there might be a pattern, folks. Indiana pastor charged with molesting 5-year-old. A recently retired Orland pastor has been arrested on several charges of molestation. Court documents say Rodrigo Strong, 69, is accused of molesting a 5-year-old girl on 5 different occasions. Oh, my God. I wish they cared. I wish anybody cared. Illinois Evangelical Church choir director and Catholic school employee Adam Power has been sentenced to 60 years in prison for possessing and distributing videos of children being sexually abused and sexually exploiting multiple children. Louisiana pastor gets 2 years for child cruelty. Hey, at least he didn't molest the children. I'm almost impressed. Hard to believe we live in a society where just abusing children is a step up, but yet here we are. Then, folks, they ain't even trying to hide it. Christians want us dead, and now they see their opportunity. Fascists have taken complete power. Theocracy rules the day. Christian nationalism running roughshod over us all. And here's their vision for the near future.
There's a story in the Bible where the Lord told King Saul to completely annihilate, to kill the enemy, and he let some live. Now, I'm not calling for violence necessarily, but
I'm not calling for violence necessarily. Translation, I'm calling for violence.
We conservative Christians, we're at a moment in history where we can really win this thing. We need to win the war. We've talked about the battles that have won, but the Democratic Party is falling apart. We have to see the win.
Right about that.
That is staring us in the faces. It's not time to be lazy. It's not time to take a break. We need to see this all the way through, secure the midterm, and then the next election. But we're so close to a victory that when we see it, we'll be able to say only God through his people could have done this.
But we forget that the verse says, shatter the teeth of the wicked. And there comes a point.
I'll keep that in mind when I meet you, motherfucker.
When people have purposely aligned themselves with high level of wickedness, trafficking, sex trafficking,
Literally, that's you guys. First off, Andrew Tate, Trump got him in the country. He just imported rapist Conor McGregor to speak at the White House. Youth pastors, televangelists raping kids all over the place. You are the rapist you're looking for.
Trying to bring a certain injustice and lawlessness and touching children. Well, you're now cooperating with principalities and powers and evil.
Don't give a shit about any of this, folks. Not a single goddamn bit.
The Bible teaches us that we need to stand against that injustice. We need to even pray, because God's the God that will remove kings and sets
He's doing a great job.
And so that's part of what we often talk about in Reformation. And so, we can't get down and get nice.
Yeah, Christians would hate to get nice. They've been such a nice people. We all know how Jesus wasn't nice at all. Didn't Jesus tell you just to murder your fucking enemies and eradicate them? And folks, this is how they justify their evil. It's this mental gymnastics they do. Hey, yes, we're incredibly horrible bigots, transphobes, racists, misogynists, homophobes. Yes, we make your life a living hell. Yes, we bully you. Yes, we're evil. But have you ever thought we're doing it for your own good? What if, stay with me now, the hatred and bigotry you think you're experiencing is actually love? So this guy's talking about the hatred and bigotry that Christians show to gay people, why he puts beard oil in his incredibly manicured beard. Perhaps the gayest thing I've ever seen while he talks about how cool and loving it is to shit on gay people. AK, willing the good of the other, except you think love is a validation of whatever it is you want to do. So when I say to you, don't try and pet the rabid pit bull, you're a man, removing your dangly bits isn't a good idea. I think seeking help would be a better idea. Perhaps I'm not a religious extremist. There might not be any bigotry. Maybe I don't hate you. I think you're going to hurt yourself. Hey, I guess the same thing goes when I shit all over Christians all day. Hey, I'm actually doing it because I love you. Yes, I think you're pathetic, ignorant, dipshit, the bottom of the barrel, dumb as fucking dog shit. Cult members who believe anything you're fucking told, literally grown-ups, the same level as a full-grown adult that believes that Santa Claus is real. The dumbest of the fucking dumb. Too stupid to live, but I say that out of love, okay? Use your own logic against you, you fucking moron, and awesome beard. And one more. Normally, this wouldn't seem like it would be in the religious bullshit section, folks, but this is fucking religion. A patient at work handed this to all the staff at the clinic. Here's the kicker. We live in Canada. And that's when you hand the $2 bill back to the guy and tell him, no thanks, you're not religious. Because this is 100% religion. This is exactly like they hand you those $20 bills with on the back, it has scriptures and shit. MAGA is these people's fucking religion. Have no part of it. Treat it exactly like you would treat any other dipshit, ridiculous religion. Throw that shit back in their face and say, not today, Satan. And all right, that is my religious bullshit for tonight. 2 hours and 20 minutes, a long one for Wednesday. I got one more to finish you guys off with. Last set to get your super chats in. One hero, guess who it is? I bet you can't guess. I bet if you watch the last 3 shows, you cannot possibly guess who tonight's hero is. Yeah, my cats are always rowdy, and you guys already knew who it was going to be. King Bill Burr, once again, tonight's hero. This time, he's on Jimmy Kimmel. It's clear that he's realized, speaking out against billionaires, the oligarchs that have taken over our entire country, is a winning issue for him. He's one of the few comedians brave enough to put his platform out to speak about this stuff, and he's being rewarded for it. He's getting lots of good attention, finding success, so he's going to keep doing this. And please keep doing this, Bill Burr, because you're great at it. Here's Bill on Jimmy Kimmel.
It's a positive time, Jimmy.
Yeah, it really is.
Billionaires are not happy having $1 billion. Why does Elon Musk dress like he just... Thank you. Oh my God. Why does Elon Musk dress like he just got out of a Hot Topic? I am so sick of that guy trying to rewrite his origin story like he was Matthew McConaughey pulling into the high school. It's like you were a nerd, nobody banged you, and now you have hair plugs in your laminated face. No, and everybody is afraid of these nerds. I don't get it. My whole life.
Yeah, that's because they're disappearing people to rape camps in foreign countries. It's pretty fucking scary, to be honest with you.
Feminists were focusing on frat boys and guys with their hats on backwards, and they left the nerds alone. And now look at them. They got people wearing adult diapers, driving 18-wheelers, trying to get Crocs to the box store on time. They're horrible, heartless people. And then for some reason, if you say that, you're like a communist, and then we're in bed with the Russians. I don't get any of it. None of it makes sense. And then they try to politicize everything you say, and it's just like, I don't know, shouldn't you pay your workers? Yeah. Don't you remember that? Yes. When we were growing up? Yes. 1 week's pay paid your rent. You had a little cottage, little boat, you know? Yes. Maybe a second family down the road. That's what you did. That's what you did. You had the money. You had the money.
So cute.
Not anymore.
See, the first part I was being nice, talking about Glengarry, and now I'm being meek.
But can't even afford one family these days. No kid for you, America. You don't deserve it. And that is my show tonight. Fuck yeah, folks. We're going to read the super chats. We're going to do a kitty party. But be sure if you bail out, please hit the like button. If you're watching on the replay, leave a comment. Leave a comment. But most importantly, please go sign up for our Patreon, y'all. Please help me out. It's dropping. This show should be increasing in numbers. Like, I should be making more money, not less. It's stupid. It's stupid. Help me, please. Help. And all right, let's read the super chats. BBC, 5 gifts. Fuck yeah, BBC, you rock. If you got one, tonight's after party coming up next. Check the community section and give BBC your love. Come hang out with us. Not all empires burned. Great Britain held up well. Yeah, Great Britain held up fine, but they got usurped, okay? Great Britain is nowhere near the empire it used to be. The United States basically took over all the shit Great Britain was doing. Hell, Israel was caused by Great Britain. And then United States just slid in and took fucking over for the imperial nature of Britain. So, yeah, they still exist, but not in the same form they used to, let's be honest. And thank you, I am too fly cam. And Schumer wears his glasses like that. Spread towards the light, jerk off. Yeah, hang it down his fucking nose. Go towards the light. Just do it. Thank you, Agent Orange. D, thanks for Jesus Explains the Crucifixion. Hey, that's old as shit. Thank you for sticking with me for 30 years. How many cats and dogs do you have? We have, I think, 11 cats and 4 dogs currently. Thank you for asking, Tristan Kennedy. Running behind the live show. Love you, Dusty. Love you back, John Bliss. Logic. 5 tickets for Mr. Anderson. Hello, Mr. Anderson. Good to see you tonight. Been a little while. Thank you. And if you got a ticket, please give Mr. Anderson your love and come hang out with us at the after party. And if you didn't get a ticket, you can buy one too. That's a $sign. You can buy one. It only costs $2.99, and you get customized emojis to spam the chat with. And you get a ticket to all the after parties. So Umbra, welcome to Dust Buddies. You handsome son bitch. And Carolyn McMickle, $10. Thank you, Carolyn. Anything pop up? Nope. All right, folks. Let's do a kitty party. But on my way out, as always, please hit the like button. Show up. I'm going to be back Friday. It's only the day after tomorrow. Here's my second AI song I ever made. This is when I was first trying to learn how to make AI music. This is back when the AI programs weren't quite as good as they are now. I was just showing the power of them. It was pretty good for back then. Anyway, this is Do It All Again, an original song by Dusty Smith. All right, kitty party. Join me next for the after party. If not, I'll see you guys on Friday. Be sure to tune in. I wasn't good enough for you, babe. I knew it in my heart. But what the fuck's a man to do? God damn it, gotta try. Better to know than regret, babe. I want you to know that I don't blame it one bit. One single bit, still glad I went for it. Still glad I took the shot. Still glad I put myself out there, whether it paid off or not. There's learning in the losing, there's knowledge in the pain. And if I had the chance, I would do it all again. I would do it all again. Not change a single second. Don't worry about the end. Only care that it happened. I never take it for granted. That'd be the ultimate sin. If I had a second try, I would do it all. I'd do it all again.
Not change a single second. Don't care about the end. Only care that it happened. I never take it for granted. That'd be the ultimate sin. If I had a second try, I would do it all again. I'd do it all again. Not change a single second. Don't care about the end. Only care that it happened. I never take it for granted. That'd be the ultimate sin. If I had a second try, I would do it all again.
Oh, baby, bop, bop. Oh, baby, bop, bop. Oh, baby, bop. Do it all again. Bop, bop. Oh, baby, bop, bop, bop. Oh, baby, bop, bop, bop. Do it all again. Good night, everybody. After party coming up next. Switch over now. Love you guys.